Today's Monday. It is July 10th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. We are live from the bus with Will Compton. Will, thank you for having us in your space. Thank you for doing this.
Boys, this is awesome.
I love the bus.
Well, yeah, we're doing the draft now on the bus.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you sleep in here often?
I have a couple times on occasion. You know what I mean? Long hours. It's gritty over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. The bus is brighter than I thought.
Yeah, you
That's
guys.
the one observation I have.
With the lights?
Yeah, like you guys.
Everything else?
Yes.
I was kind of expecting to see like a rack of weights in here, though. I will say.
Dude, this is gonna sound a little bit bitch, but we're gonna get one of those aqua rowers. It's got like the water in, but those are for it was like a on the house thing that's on its way. But I agree, like Mitch, he's an ex fucking D3 athlete. He's still trying to get it in. But we should have a little, because we have the other side too.
Yeah, I saw
we
that.
should start building like a little gym in the back.
Cool in here.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Yo, is Division III football the hardest sport to play? I'll actually ask you, Mitch.
I don't know if we have time for this.
It was an argument we had.
Think.
Where'd you play? Well, I mean, Mitch. Okay.
Oh,
You gotta love
they
that.
have a
Like
statue of him? No. Okay.
if you're playing D3 ball, like it's for the love of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
oh,
gotta
yeah.
love it.
There's that hard mental element. Like you're getting treated like
Yeah.
you ain't got no facilities. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I did the rundown like a month ago, and Dave was saying like D3 ball, like who would do that? You got to be a psychopath, and it spawned into this whole debate about D3 football and if it's worth it. And then it spun into if it's the hardest sport to play at the D3 level in general.
Like in terms of time commitment, physicality, like the work you put into it. And he said it was the
I don't think we
easiest.
have time. Yeah, I wish I didn't say easiest, but I don't think it's the hardest. It's definitely not the hardest.
I
On
didn't.
the D3 level is the
Yeah.
argument. If it's the hardest,
I don't think it is the hardest.
what do you think is?
I think like the winter sports, like hockey, like you start training in September, your games start in October, you run until April. Like that's a long season,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday nights in college that you're sacrificing basically your whole school year just to play in front of 600 people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
maybe.
It's got to come down to just if it's physical, and then
Yeah.
other than that, the time commitment. Because
Yeah.
ultimately, you're doing it for.
For nothing.
There's nothing. You're doing it for nothing, man.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. For
Love of the
stories.
game.
Maybe for some stories.
Is there a pro, somebody who's went pro from the D3 level?
Yeah.
For-
Pierre Garcon was
Yeah.
Mount
No
Union.
shit.
Yeah, Mount
he was
Union.
Mount Union.
Hey, he was
He was awesome.
dog. Even
Yeah.
at practice, I'm talking an animal.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
he's
yeah.
we were watching together.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Dude, he was
Yeah.
an animal, bro.
Dude.
I'm talking lit motherfuckers up after he caught the ball.
Don't you wonder how many D1 colleges are 100? How do 120 programs miss on a guy that good? And then all at
Yeah, I don't
D2
know.
and all at or one AA,
Some
like
guys are just
that's
late bloomers.
500 schools that missed on Pierre Garcon.
Which would
Good
be interesting.
D3, I would say, is better. You'd probably agree. Good D3 is better than most D2s, I would say.
That's like one of those like common
Yeah.
narratives
Why
I've
is
always
that?
heard. I don't know.
Yeah. And then I feel like some of those academic schools too that are like, hey, we're D3, but you come here get like a big all those New England schools are pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
Chicago.
University of Chicago, yeah.
WashU.
Hey, do what you want to do. If that makes
Yeah.
you happy, go
Yeah.
play D3.
Are you pumped that you did it, Mitch? Are you happy that you played D3 ball?
Yeah.
That's
But
what
what if
everybody's
like, you don't want to
sense
sit there and be
of
like,
is.
man, if I just like went to like LSU, did the tailgate scene, like, do you ever think about those days? Like the reverse? Yeah,
Yeah.
like you will not regret it probably.
Right.
You
I
probably-
Nobody does.
I also think that everybody they make everybody stop playing sports at some time. Like you got to do 10 years. Most of us have to stop at 18.
Mhm.
Then you never get it back. So I kind of think that you should play as long as you can.
That was my
you
exact.
can like when you're
motto.
40, you can play softball or whatever, but you can't actually compete the way that you did.
I
in
mean,
the way that you loved it.
If
Yeah.
you play football, you always find guys that you'll love forever.
Yeah,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah. And it's
It's
just
one of those
sport,
sports,
dude.
man, like you're in some fucking, you're just in it
yeah.
with the boys in the heat,
Yeah.
all of it, bro. The camaraderie
Yeah.
in the locker room, the low key embracing the suck, like hating
That's
the fucking
it.
sucky part.
Yeah.
And you're doing it like with the boys, like it's just like a different.
And a brother shit.
Those
Yeah,
are the stuff. That's the stuff you laugh about later.
Yeah.
And I miss hitting people. And like once you stop playing hockey and football, that's assault. That's assault. You can't hit
You
people
get to
anymore.
legally assault
Yeah.
people.
You can't hit people
I don't
anymore.
miss that, dude. Oklahoma drills and shit like that. That shit was
Dude, when you catch somebody with
hole in the ring.
you
Yeah.
catch somebody with their head down.
I miss hitting people younger, because I wasn't a thumper in the league. Like,
Yeah.
I'm more of a rap cowboy tackler is how they would explain it.
Okay.
But younger, yeah, like, I mean, fucking, like bull in the ring when you're younger.
Yeah, I didn't really love football hitting that much. I loved hockey hitting. Hockey hitting, you catch somebody, you're going 20 miles an hour and just smoke somebody.
Like in high school specifically. How old are you again?
I'm 33 now.
Do you remember Dan Durkin at Purdue?
No,
He would have been
so.
like your age. All right, white running back. I went to high school with him. You give him the ball, he's gone. You know, and I was his fullback. And if there was an offensive lineman 40 yards away from the play, I would decleat him every single time I got the chance.
A defense, any
defender just caught sleeping. It didn't matter how far. And it was technically a legal hit, but I was just head hunting. That was my kind of hit.
That's why kickoff and kick return were like the best.
It was the best. You run straight.
But you're right, though, in high school, like when I was younger and I wasn't like the guy in high school, but we had a solid varsity team at the time. But I was always the young guy that I was like, I think a wide receiver, tight end. But I would always look for peel back hits that would just get caught on film that just the guys, the seniors and juniors would love. Like just seeking contact versus like wanting to have the ball in my hands. But yeah, dude. And then when I was young, I would be the guy that coaches would want me to make, like, you know, if kids weren't good enough, like they weren't good.
Make him quit.
Like,
you were the weed out guy.
Hey, make him quit, or like, I'm going to put you against him in the tackle drill. And like, that's when you just loved hitting.
Smoke him.
Yeah.
Well, like you're right. It's like having a dip on the wrestling match. We got to wait 4 hours before the game.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
I think looking back to the argument, the start of this combo, I would say wrestling is probably the hardest sport.
Yeah, that's.
You're right.
Definitely got it.
You're right.
At the Division III level, because the season's as long as
level.
I never.
Those people are
Did you do that?
lunatics.
You wrestle?
Yes, I quit after 6th grade, and then my parents forced me to do it again my junior year, or I was grounded the entire winter.
It looked like it was zero fun.
Dude, it was brutal. My brother was a fucking stud at it. He was like a senior national champ coming out of high school because he was on scholarship at Nebraska. But dude, we were kind of like, my dad loved wrestling. Cody was great at it. I was always like second at state. Cody won fucking any tournament we went to nationally. He was a stud. And but dude, it's a like cutting weight. I remember being in the back seat, like young dude, crying because I couldn't like eat
drink,
something until we weighed in, and you just have to suck down some protein shake right before.
Jesus.
That would be your only calories going up there. Like it's a strict life. Like
it's horrible.
And it's right through Thanksgiving and Christmas too. So holidays.
Yes, bro.
No pumpkin
You miss
pie.
all the good food.
Oh, yeah.
My parents wouldn't let me like eat like tasty food in front of Cody, just if he's in the middle of cutting weight. Because when I did have to wrestle and they forced me to wrestle my junior year, I wrestled at 215. But I was only like 200, 205. So
It was easy.
coming in before meats was like massive foot longs from Subway, sweet onion chicken
It has to be
teriyaki.
like psychological warfare.
Yeah. And some of the guys like, you know, just waiting, spitting, fucking sitting in shower or like steam showers, closed doors, plastics taped all around them, trash bags so they could sweat out weight.
Sleeping in the winter with the windows wide open so you're shivering to burn calories in your
Cody would
sleep.
say at Nebraska, like they're training, they drive them like miles away from the facility and just drop them off with a 45-pound plate, and then they just have to go back. Like,
Good Lord.
like make your way
So
home.
that I
wrestling.
everything.
You're
I think
right.
wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling's the hardest.
Wrestling's tough.
Wrestling sounds like it sucks.
I tried to wrestle my senior year.
It's tough.
I did it my freshman year. It was.
I would have lost every single I would have gotten destroyed because I never wrestled before, but I wanted to my senior year just to get in shape for the baseball season. My Kish wouldn't let me. I hope he's listening to this.
Probably is.
Fucked up.
He is.
Yeah.
I don't want it to go unknown that who's your boy that played running back at
Dan
Purdue?
Durkin.
That's you. I don't want to let it go unknown that you led block for that motherfucker in high school.
Oh,
You paved the way.
That's
for
why
that.
Dan Durkin went D1.
Yeah,
because of Dave.
and he had like a 2-week mini camp with the Bears.
Did you see the clip? Dave is like really 4-year line of work because what was it? A couple months ago in the XFL, they were starting to do that new kickoff system.
Yeah.
And Dave was really upset by it. He's like, there's no place in football for guys like him
Like
anymore.
Dave.
I want
No place in the NFL.
No, I want like Terry
guys like
Schiavo mashed potato brains with my football players like 10 years after they retired because of the physicality while they played.
Absolutely.
That's how it should be.
The mashed potato
That's the
brain,
football
like,
I know, yeah.
you know, being smart about it.
Respectfully, of course.
Respectfully.
Right. Yeah.
But absolutely. Like there's no greater honor to go out than like trying to die on the gridiron when you're younger.
Exactly.
You were all about it. It was about pre-workout,
Yep.
caffeine and
Creatine,
Toradol.
Inject that shit into my veins.
Put the women and children to bed, do whatever it takes to be on the field.
Yep.
And fucking people don't get that we do want to be peeled off the
Talk to
field.
me, baby.
But when you're when you're an older vet and you get everybody's, talking about it and everything else, it's like you get that because there is a transition that happens. I realize it's like, yeah, we do just fucking
Yeah.
just bang out there, dude.
Not healthy.
It's not at all.
Because in the beginning you're doing it like, youth, middle school, high school, college.
Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
just swipe up. Just swipe
It
up.
won't stop.
Like, just-
Sorry, my bad.
but it's you are on a team that it's you guys. It's all the sacrifice for the logo sacrifice for you because you're not going anywhere, right? Well, now with the portal, it's a little bit different. But when you get in the NFL, you still think the same thing. Like football's the ultimate team game. You do nothing but sacrifice for the logo.
Yeah.
So then once you get cut for the first time, you start to taste the teeth of the business.
Yeah.
It really throws you for a loop mentally because you're thinking like, all right, we'll just reload in a couple spots the next year. Like the coaches, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
But then in the off season, you're contractors. You're on your own, really. So then when you get cut and transitions happen, you start to like taste the business side. That's why you see more of a different voice when guys talk about the health and longevity because you realize like these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that.
Like, actually, I need healthcare.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe we should think about this because we all thought we were in this foxhole together, but we're actually not.
Yeah.
So that's how the training. I know we just ran a pod about some.
We did. I mean,
did.
this was good.
We could have just cut that and make that a dog walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll do a draft, but I enjoyed that.
I'm excited about the draft. I do feel a little unprepared just because I think there's a lot of ways you can go about this.
You could.
Yeah.
Sometimes the most hated or the worst fan bases are low key like the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True too.
That is true.
Too.
Yeah.
So worst fan base is not restricted to sports. It could be any fan base across the world. We could do the order. Lance, as the number 1 through 4 behind his back, what number do you think it is?
Read them.
3.
Damn.
So do I get to?
You get to pick 1 through 4, which slot you want.
This is big.
Yeah. Strategy.
I'm gonna go last.
Okay.
I'm gonna go last so I can get the back-to-back.
All right.
Yep.
Although you did that during the pizza draft, you really
Oh yeah, I cleaned up
were able to
pepperoni
take
and
advantage
sausage.
with your
That was bullshit.
1 through 3, Chief.
2.
Dave.
1. I'll go 2.
1 or 2 to me. 2. Chief.
1.
1 or 3.
I'll go 3.
Wow.
So you're 1, Ed.
Cowards early. All right, so the order's Eddie, White Sox, Dave, Chief, Will. All right, before we get things going here, though, I do want to talk about BOWLERO. BOWLERO is the world's largest owner and operator of bowling centers with over 325 locations throughout the United States, currently located in 34 states. If you live in the Chicagoland area, I'm definitely going to assume you've seen BOWLERO because they were the cornerstone of the industry. Obviously, besides great lanes, they got expansive arcades, premium signature cocktails, and a creative menu. And now we're here to introduce to you the Barstool BOWLERO Invitational, this summer's most anticipated event. And joining the Invitational is easy. Simply enter your name when you visit any BOWLERO near you and bowl for your chance to be entered to win one of our ultimate prizes, including limited edition Barstool bowling gear, an event in any BOWLERO, and the ultimate grand prize, which includes tickets to the big game for football and basketball, plus a trip to the Barstool BOWLERO Invitational finale in Chicago on August 9th. The fun doesn't stop there, though. Enjoy a guaranteed spot on the lanes when you reserve a lane or book an event at a BOWLERO near you. Visit BOWLERO.com using promo code BARSTOOL for 15% off your next lane reservation. This offer is only valid through August 31st. Visit BOWLERO.com/Barstool to learn more about the Barstool BOWLERO Invitational starting July 12th. Participation is open until July 23rd. No skill is required. All participants have an equal chance of winning. One more time, to find a participating center near you, visit BOWLERO.com/Barstool. It's that easy. All right, let's get into the draft. couldn't get that video to stop. I'm kind of embarrassed by that.
I wasn't going to be the one to say that
I know,
you were playing a video.
That was a very White Sox Dave move. I acknowledge that.
You know,
I was trying to show him the clip that you said that because it's such a funny
I was trying
clip.
to show clips too.
Do you have highlight tape?
So I have a bunch of VHSs. My buddy has them. I want to
Back at your parents' spot where you grew up?
It's his parents, and I honestly haven't talked to him in years now.
Dude,
his
that would
wife
be
isn't
so
the biggest
funny.
fan. We'll just leave it at that. But I want to I want to put them on figure out how to put them onto an HD card or whatever. And
Dude, that would be so funny.
I promise you, I want to get my middle school highlights because I was fully grown in middle school. So
You were this
I
size in
was
middle
this size, yes.
With the beard and everything.
Not the full beard, but I was shaving when I was 12. So I was the kid. You handed me the ball. See you later.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you in middle school, you're like, yeah, I'm going
I was
to
the guy.
league.
The guy.
Yeah.
Everybody would tell me that. I'm not even kidding. People told me I would play in the NFL and Major League Baseball, and then I stayed the exact same athleticism for the rest of my life.
That has to be so.
I'm still very salty about it.
Because when you're young, being
I'm
told
very-
that stuff
yes.
too, that boosts the ego.
Yeah.
He's not just an angry man for nothing, Will.
Yeah.
He's not just
Well,
an
it's
angry man
mostly
for
that
nothing.
I am with these two constantly, and they constantly just needle me.
Well, we're the problem.
Yeah,
We're the
they are.
problem.
They are. I am perfect.
If he sounds like Michael Scott, it's because he is.
Yeah.
All right, to me, I'm going to go number one overall pick. I'm taking the Beehive. Beyonce's. I'm scared to say it
Okay.
because they're so wild. But
I
listen.
want this to be the social clip.
No. Well, keep rolling. Don't cut me off
Bayhive,
here.
right?
Don't cut me off here because that would be fucked up. The Bayhive. Beyonce's great.
Yeah.
Good music.
Mhm.
Great performer. Generational talent. But her fans are a little much. When you got a name like that too, it's another level.
You ain't got to
They're
defend
swarming.
yourself.
another level.
Swarm you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see the fear in your eyes about
Yeah.
this.
We should.
Number one overall.
It is there is a little bit of fear here. You know.
You got to black out your face and voice and change your voice for this clip.
I know. I'd rather
Yeah.
talk about the deep.
I've
state.
never experienced it. I have with one person. He may go drafted, and I got suspended for Twitter for 24 hours because his fucking guys came after me. I'll tell that later. But I've never experienced this. I've heard horror stories about it. I'll take your word for it. I just don't know personally.
Yeah.
But you know it exists.
Oh, yeah.
It's everybody knows it exists.
Won't they harass Instagram accounts and they'll just put the bee emoji in all the comments
That's a great sign of a great fan base is when they
I was
just got
gonna
an
say
emoji.
I think that's solid.
They got a sign.
Personally, one overall, I think there's
too early?
I think there's other artist fan bases out there that are way more annoying.
Okay. No, I could see that, but also self-admittedly, the four of us aren't knee deep into Beyonce Twitter.
Right.
You know?
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, I
Are we
really
gonna have
haven't-
another
I
think
haven't
out off?
Felt a whole lot of the Beehive.
Tweet out now. Beyonce's overrated. See what happens.
Yeah, do it. Social,
Actually,
we have to be it's a
I want to
social
do this
experiment.
just a social experiment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
Sure you're okay with this? I don't want you to be angry all week. We got a nice weekend.
I want to make sure that your pick is worthy of a number one selection.
it.
Are you Shadow Band?
I think I got out of it.
All right. Well, Beehive number one. You're up, Dave.
Okay, so I had this number, the very last pick, and when we got to text saying that fan bases naturally you're going to think sports, I was using this for my outside the box pick. You already went outside the box. I'm going MAGA and Biden fan bases.
Political ones.
Political fan bases
Political
are
fan bases?
yeah, they're the absolute worst
I
fucking
was
things out.
curious if it was gonna be individualized.
Yeah, I don't think you get all people who are into politics. You got to pick a side, pick a color.
I think you do.
Pick a color.
I don't have to. I'm just gonna say American
These colors
politics
are-
fans.
These colors are running. These colors are running.
American politics fans, it's we could all enjoy a politic every now
my
and then.
pick, I'm taking football fans.
Nobody has an.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody
That's
has
a good point.
Nobody has an American politics fan hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, know what? Good rebuttals, and I'll.
Pick one. Pick
Yes,
one, Dave.
dude.
They're so equally bad, though.
You know
No
who
question.
you want
The
to
extreme
pick.
right, extreme left, they both suck. But you
Yeah.
got to.
If I know my guy, Dave.
I honestly,
If anybody who listened to one of these knows, Dave.
no, that. I just like to make fun of libs because they're so fucking. They're such pussies. They're so and like
So just
here's the difference.
This is your chance to own the libs. Just fucking put a stake in the ground and own them.
MAGA fans, like they
won't do
embrace the piece of shit that they are. Like the far left, they think they're like morally superior to everybody, and they don't understand that they're just as big of losers. You know what I mean? Like they don't like.
I think when you say that the MAGA fan base embraces how shitty they are, I don't
agree with that.
I don't think they're aware of how shitty they are.
I think much more than the far left, I would say.
I think the far left has like this unearned moral and intellectual high ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
I would
drives me
agree.
fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like
that's why I like making fun of them.
Yeah. So are you taking the libs?
I think I'm going to go with the libs. I'm going to go with the libs. I'm going to go with the libs.
All right. Just the libs.
But, and here's the thing, in Chicago, you're not really like, if we were in, I mean, we're in Nashville right now. I know Nashville's changing a lot, but if we were in, I don't know, somewhere, some southern, New Orleans, some southern city, I'm sure it'd be much, my take on this would be much different because I'd be, face to face with a ton more MAGA people,
Yeah.
And we're just not, that's not the case in Chicago.
Yeah, but
so
we are in an internet age where your feed is curated just for you.
Yeah.
So you get plenty of exposure this
I'll
day
put
and age.
extreme libs on there. Like that's what you want.
Sure, you could put that on there.
Put the radical left.
Yeah. Good pick.
I think MAGA people like if
someone one of us.
Here's
take them on the rap, Dave, if you want.
That is true. I could do that.
Yeah.
If you root for a politician like a sports team, I fucking hate your guts and hope you die a horrible death.
Preach.
There are people that work for us. We elect them. We pay them out of our pockets. Don't root for them like a fucking team.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like if they were on your team and they were fucking up to the degree, like you'd be like,
awesome point.
Cut this guy.
Like,
Get
fucking
him the fuck
DFA
out of
his
here.
ass. Yeah,
exactly. Because he fucking sucks.
Wave his ass.
The unfortunate thing though with politics is like there's not like objective measurements. You know what I mean? Like it's all subjective and everything.
Oh, the polling numbers though.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the most money in the stock market.
And like you think you could like find a stat that looks good for any athlete? They could cherry pick any type of
and
thing.
we have no clue what we're seeing. Like on any news outlets, like, oh, the approval rating of this is 92. But it's like, okay, well, it seems like he's doing a good job. But then you just see people going nuts saying like, you know what I mean? To where it's like, all right, listen, like I'm just gonna fucking
I hate them. I hate them all.
Yeah.
That's why I love the RFK workout videos going around right now. It's like I can just root for somebody who wants to get jacked.
I want that guy. I don't know anything.
Holy fuck!
I know.
69 years old.
Jeff D. had a good tweet. It's crazy where we're at right now, where that's not even a blip on the radar. No one thinks that that's weird. That's just like, oh yeah, that's just a dude just fucking banging out push-ups. You know, that's where we're
The
at.
sunlight.
Yeah, it's like that guy might be
Social media.
And wearing blue jeans.
Yep.
No.
No.
It's like, okay, that's just easier to just comment and root for whatever it is.
Yeah.
I bought a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Admittedly, though, when I saw that,
24
I was
sweatshirt.
like, I think I want that guy to be my president.
The guy's fucking shitting on the sitting president, banging out 115 on incline, and this is like that's what we're doing now.
He gets that part of the social media game.
He's gonna run the free world.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, I mean, Putin was riding horseback shirtless, and everyone's like, this guy's the man. Don't fuck with Putin. Yeah.
All right, you're up to.
All right, I'm nervous for this one, too. I think if you had balls, you would have said the Swifties. You would have said the Swifties. The Swifties, it has jumped the shark. And I love Taylor Swift, but I feel like it's been 10 years and no one can even, like, you can't even say, like, that Reputation album.
Keegan is
I
like
love,
You're taking the Swifties.
I'm taking the Swifties.
Listen, I think we are just at the height of Taylor. Like, if this was
right.
if this was in the meat of Beyonce, I think it's like
You,
they're
but
slugging it out in the 12th round right now.
yeah, but like
No?
you
I feel
can't.
you, but you know, I do think the Swifties one, especially right now in this moment. You got 30-year-olds wearing diapers to fucking concerts.
That's insanity.
And they're trading they're trading homemade wristbands.
It's so crazy. And like I got killed because they were like, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't pay even $400 to see. Like I don't think I would. And I really like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But it's just like $400 to sit in the, I don't know how many thousands of feet away from the stage, like in Soldier Field or something. Like, no, thank you. But people idolize her, and I think it's jumped the shark.
They put her on a deified pedestal.
Yes, like it's a religious experience. When
Yeah,
people
but
go.
the thing is, though, like she deserves that to some extent.
Oh, for sure. She works.
I don't know if anybody deserves that.
Dude,
she works her complete ass off.
Impressive.
She's incredible.
No question.
She's
I
incredible.
like her music.
I love her
Well,
music.
so do I. But to Will's point, you're wearing a diaper to the concert so you don't miss a song.
There was an article I read.
Football stadiums 3 nights in a row.
I understand.
Yeah.
Good for her.
incredible. It's a tip of the cap. Like,
But if
you
you
created
say
a
something
monster.
like I didn't like the Reputation album, people will lose their.
Oh, I
goddamn mind.
said her. What was her? What the very last album was that Reputation?
Well, Reputation was one she went like a little goth on the cover.
I said her last album. I'm like, it was good. Like, fine. I
Yeah.
liked it, and people fucking lost their minds.
Good. Like you have to say it was the greatest album of all time.
I didn't like it compared to Red or 1989. That was like my favorite album ever. I fucking love that entire album.
Well,
But
here's where it really gets out of hand is when like, I mean, I don't know the fucking in betweens about the record label, but when she was going at Scooter Braun
Yep.
and all
Yeah.
that shit,
Yeah.
Scooter Braun?
like, Scooter Braun probably had to fear for his life. Like he couldn't walk into a store.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
sure.
that he was gonna get smoked with a fucking.
I was reading an article that people are legit having amnesia at her concerts right now because it's like legitimately they're seeing the Holy Grail. Like in
Amnesia?
their eyes. Yes, they're leaving the concert and they don't remember being there. Not because they were like super fucked up or anything, just because it was like such an emotional overload that they don't remember the concerts.
But like
on this
when
current
I
tour
hear
she's on.
something like that, I kind of think those people are lying. And they're just saying the most outrageous
Yeah,
thing.
It was on
Yeah.
the Daily Mail. There was like some scientist
Well, it
they
must be
consulted. I'm not saying it is right, but
Yeah.
like even if people are acting like that's a thing, that goes to show how fucking crazy her fan base is.
Yeah.
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 You know?
No, I mean it's a good pick. I just want to say again that the Apex Mountain, she's at it right now,
Yeah.
and like Beyonce was probably.
The Beyonce, like the greatest clip ever of Beyonce,
I know what you're gonna say.
when someone was like, "You're just so Beyonce right now," and she's like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Like,
She's like, no,
you
you
said-
said you're Beyonce, and she said thank you.
Yeah,
That's like-
yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah,
you're
you're
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Thank you.
Will, you're up.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go with the Russian fan base. Just the Russians. I just feel like it's something. Whether it's the Olympics, any sporting event, Rocky IV,
Okay, all right.
Rocky IV,
Drago,
with Ivan,
man.
with Ivan
Like I would
Drago.
never want to mess with Dragos fans.
Yeah. The Russian.
So you're also taking the left.
I guess so. The Russian fan base,
Yeah.
dude, like.
But the Russian fan base, I feel like they lose. Then they just
Oh, look
go,
at
like,
Ed fucking
have a
backing
cig
up the
and
Russian
drink
fan
some
base.
vodka, and they just take it out on each other. You know, like they're not in the weeds of.
Doesn't matter. I feel like us as Americans, we're always competing. We're competing
Sure.
with Russia. so
True. Yeah.
the Russian fan base.
I hate the Russians.
Russia
Yeah.
kind of stinks.
I saw this video of like, it was like Zenit St. Petersburg, some of the soccer team, where it's like everybody in the stadium is just in the mafia. So they're like assaulting people and like
Yeah,
they're
bro.
hooligans. Like
I
you
mean,
don't want to.
you've heard stories with the
Yeah.
spitting chicklets guys. Any of
Oh
the
yeah,
hockey
Russian
boys,
gas.
like,
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
tight
did Witt
over
play there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Witt played
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Russia,
you
right?
know,
No, yeah, there is.
Yeah. No, I mean I wouldn't.
and
Fuck with them.
you know, they just. I don't know if cynical is the right word, but they want to beat us. They want to be superior to us in
Yeah.
everything, like with the fucking steroids in the Olympics, like
Yeah.
all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
they're over there working, beer drinking doesn't matter,
Yeah,
and I think we got to be aware of that.
yeah.
So it's the Russian fan base.
The Russian
Not
fan
the
base.
direction I would have gone for the 3rd overall pick, but or 4th overall pick.
yeah.
But
I didn't see that one coming.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Beliebers. The Beliebers.
that's how I got suspended from Twitter.
Okay. I've had.
That's how you got suspended. What do
So
you mean?
he tweeted something about frozen pizza, Justin Bieber. I'm like, frozen pizza. And I remember it was like a Tuesday night. I was walking back from a 12-inch softball game to a bar, like to get a couple of beers after the game, middle of summer. And I'm looking at it, I see the tweet. All I responded was like frozen pizzas for pussies. And then an hour later, they all reported me and just went after me to the point where I got suspended from Twitter. I could like view tweets, but I couldn't tweet or reply or anything for 24 hours or 48, something like that.
Oh wow.
They went fucking ballistic on me because I said frozen pizzas for pussies.
I've been in the Bieber storm too. So but somehow, he has like people from like all over the world. So like I was getting
it's like they're bots.
Like I was getting people from Argentina, like literally like hundreds of people from Argentina.
Yeah,
and they're like hitting at me in Spanish and like they were making fun of me in Spanish, and I was like, this is fucking terrible. Like everything they're saying is true about me.
They've cooled down a lot though, right?
Yeah, because he's cooled down.
Yeah, he's cooled down.
Yeah,
he's mellowed out a lot since he got married.
Again, it's the same thing. Like Beyonce,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Like watching Justin, like I am a fan of a lot of his music, but he was kind of the first kid that came through the ranks as a star in the music world with all of and I'm talking with all of like with social media and everything else, where you got to see his growth and cameras just on him at all times, like. You know,
that's gonna turn anybody into a cunt. I bet.
Yeah, like you know that lasting image of how he looked in like the Baby music video, and how he is now. It's like you watch that kid grow up. Baby. Oh, dude, he's got great shit.
He does.
He really does.
Yeah.
He's got great shit, and you can see like just his own growth and maturation or immaturation, whatever. It's got to be hard as fuck being that motherfucker growing up.
I used to hate him like on a human level. I detested him, and he's gotten to the point where I like him a little bit. I think you say immaturation process. I think he's matured a lot. He's like
because he
mellow.
talks about it now too, to where you kind of get that actual inside look of like, man, that probably was so fucking shitty at times.
Yeah,
like, you're on top of the world. Like, of course he's gonna have perspective, grateful. Like anybody would want to to have that life, but it comes with like. You know, he's talked about like a lot of cons. Like, you can't go.
His deposition was great. Remember that when they were talking about Selena? He's like, "Don't bring her up again." Don't. But do you remember that when he was getting deposed?
Vaguely.
He was
kind of win some people over. Like,
had her back.
Yeah. Well, he was just like, well, he was being a major like
dick.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was funny. You know what else though? I feel like all the people who were like that, everyone kind of chilled out for a couple of years because of COVID. Now we're going to start seeing back again if people did grow, if they were just locked in their house.
It's a good point.
Like these next couple of years.
Yeah. In the Believer fan base too, like, I mean, I guess Beyonce did have the Beehive going.
Yeah.
But I feel like that Believer fan base, again, it was a youthful, very young around him, like grew with him. So it was it was rabid. Similar to like a Taylor Swift. Like it's a rabid fucking fan base.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Probably credit to Taylor Swift. She never really had like that dark moment. Like she's always just kind of been on the up and up. And she was 13, 14 when she started up too. So yeah, it's impressive.
You're up again, Chief.
All right. I'm going to be the first sports one. I'm taking SEC fans, SEC football fans, where they chant about the conference.
Fuck, man, that's a good one.
If Arkansas goes 8-4, they're like, we should be in the playoff. But like, you lost 4 fucking games. They think they're the only ones that play football. Like the SEC is great. Georgia's great. Bama's great. But then like, I kind of think everyone else is just like, I don't know, catching the runoff from those two teams. Like you're not better than like Mississippi State. Brandon Walker thinks Mississippi State's better than Ohio State. Like I legitimately think that, and they're just not. So like, and when they chant like conference pride, I'm like, those are your rivals. Like that drives me fucking crazy. So
Big Ten's like that too, though.
They don't do Big Ten.
Not to that extent. Yeah,
I am like that. I'm like
you are like that.
But here's why:
is it a counteract? There's SEC,
and it's not like SEC. I don't feel like the SEC. I feel like they do the chant or whatever, like they just say that they're the best conference, which, you know.
They are probably.
They would give them the numbers recently, gives that to them.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not like, they do root against each other, like, because we're big on that. Like we got Jack and Garrett and JP, like they all root for their own teams.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when we're trying to come up the Big Ten, you need a conference to fucking be together when beating all these SEC teams. So that way you can overtake. I think once you overtake and you are at the top, that's when you stick in your rivalry, stick in your lanes. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
So like when Michigan's in it and Ohio State was in the playoff, I was ready to fucking, I had a sword. I was on the battlefield wanting the Big Ten to win because we need to get the trophy in our conference before we can fucking hate each other.
But that to me is like because I'm like that too. I like the Midwest. I didn't go to a Big Ten school, but I like the Big Ten. Like the Big Ten's like my league that I watch the most, that I care about the most. I just want the Big Ten to be good to shut them up.
That's
exactly
like
yes,
that.
Yeah.
If they were like normal, then I don't think I would like root for the Big Ten that much.
I think that's normal for you to say that you want. It would be normal for a lot of people.
In bowl season.
Yeah, it's the difference for SEC. It's like, oh, that's not ball. Like that's not.
Yeah, they're
not
like
ball.
so
They're not
arrogant
conference.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pompous about
Yes.
it too, dude.
Yeah.
They are fucking arrogant. They talk down like they're the superior
Yeah.
conference. That does grind my gears, dude. So
Drives me
that's a
nuts.
good pick.
Yeah.
I wish I would have had that. I wish
Yeah,
I would've had that.
like sit down SEC fans and really ask them what they think of the Pac-12. Like how would that go?
Yeah.
You know,
They would-
now.
it's beneath
yeah,
them.
especially now. Yeah.
It's
I feel
beneath
like
them.
Pac-12 though, it is.
It is down.
It's a little bit.
been
Well,
down.
and they just
Next
lost
year,
SC too.
yeah,
It's been down
SC
for almost a decade now.
They had that one AD. I read an article one time. He just fucking like he killed the league. It was 20 years ago. Pac-10, Pac-12 was awesome.
Yeah,
It was awesome.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
With you when USC was up there, yeah.
not a decade. Didn't Oregon just go? When was that?
Or like Oregon
They
and
had, like,
Oregon
flash
has
fans.
come up. Washington's come back.
Yeah.
SC, you know, like, but it's like
Washington,
that league kind of goes as SC goes. Like when SC is like Matt Leinart,
Because
Reggie
when
Bush,
Oregon's doing it, it's not a style that you're just able to hang your hat on, not thinking that this is like a
Yeah.
sustainable
Mhm.
style of football.
so like how
You know what I
fast
mean?
can
Like
we
all
run?
the spread. Let's get
Yeah.
150 plays in one game type of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It eventually gets gotten. It's usually when you're facing like a couple of these SEC teams who are just fucking loaded
Yeah.
because they do got the
It hits you in the
talent out
mouth.
there.
Yeah.
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 Dave.
The greasiest, most disgusting, foul humans on earth are Yankees fans. Those Dago tee wearing fucking cocksuckers with the sweaty fucking pit stains and their fucking gabagool thick ass hair. I hate those motherfuckers. If I could round up every Yankee fan and just like plop them in the middle of the Sahara Desert
Stereotype.
and nuke it until it glows, I would.
Damn.
I hate Yankees fans. The absolute worst fan base on planet Earth in terms of sports. Maybe in terms of anything. The absolute worst humans. They're 27 rings. All these motherfuckers, none of them even saw. Fucking maybe one. A lot of them. I mean, 2008.
I mean, yeah. I
And
mean,
the other like
old 90s.
23, 24 of them, whatever it was, they won when you couldn't have black players in the league. Which is
I
true.
mean, Reggie Jackson hit a lot of home runs, Mr. October.
Sure.
Were you ever a fan of Tosh?
Point oh.
Tosh?
Like the TV.
Yeah.
I remember watching
He
it here and
had
there.
like I went and saw him do stand up and he had a bit like that. Like what? He's talking about like Babe Ruth and all these guys who had all these home run records. Like what, you could fucking hit home runs before black players were allowed to play in the league?
True though. Like they didn't keep stats for the Negro leagues. A lot of them. Josh Gibson, they say hit 900 home runs. I think it was in the Negro leagues.
A lot of home runs.
It's a lot of home runs.
Yeah.
Like what would he have done if he played, Major League Baseball?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
but
fair.
like Yankees fans are the absolute most vile humans on earth.
There's just one saying that they say that makes them absolutely draftable, and that's he'll look great in pinstripes.
Oh,
That's it. Every player.
2000.
He'll
So
look great in
we used to
pinstripes.
base our
You got to admit that.
It's a very standard uniform at this point. I think it's an average uniform. No, it's a good uniform. I'll give them that. But we used to my grandparents live in New Jersey, so we used to base our summer vacations growing up around when the White Sox would play the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. And in 2005, prior to the White Sox winning the World Series, obviously you didn't know they were going to win it yet. Aaron Rowan made a diving catch in center field, and the guys behind us like, this guy's fucking awesome. And he ended up being a very good player for a long time. And the guy behind me, he's like, this guy, we got to get him in pinstripes. And I turned around and I'm like, oh, I was a DD, so I was 16 or 17 for my dad. And I turned around, I'm like, you can't just have every fucking good player. And my dad started getting into it with them too. They're the worst, most awful human beings. Like the stereotypical Yankee fan, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like I get that gut wrenching, like I look at you and I want to hurl my brains out. To like the blood vessels in my eyes popping. That's how hard I want to puke at the sight of a stereotypical Yankees fan.
all right, Yankee fans.
I have a
Like, I
theory,
get
but I'll
fucking
wait
so
to
pissed
share
just
it.
talking about
I'll
'em.
wait to share it at the end because I don't disagree. I'm not as like the worst, but like as a
If you
Awful fan
get
base,
like, I'm in baseball Twitter a lot, obviously. It is horrible.
So you're like Yankees fans in parentheses, the Italian ones.
Not necessarily.
You said
I got a theory.
gabagool.
I do have a theory.
I mean,
that I'll share
typically
later.
they are,
Okay.
greasy Italians
Yeah,
that smell like fucking sweat and BO.
those are the same thing typically.
Yeah. But you can separate them, I guess. Kinda.
That's not right for you to stereotype like that.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
It's Stereotypes are there for a reason, Ed.
All right, it's to me.
Hey, let's take another break here because I want to talk about our friends at Miller Lite because it's not quite summertime in Chicago without beer, hot dogs, Miller Lite, all the above. So that's why Miller Lite and Vienna Beef are teaming up again to bring great taste to Chicago to celebrate National Hot Dog Day. Throughout the month of July, Miller Lite and Vienna Beef are hosting tailgates where guests will get to enjoy cold beers and free specialty hot dogs prepared by local chefs who compete to become the hot dog champion of Chicago. The tailgates will officially kick off on July 19th at Rizzo's Beer Garden for the Cubs versus Nationals game, then head to Guaranteed Rate Field on July 26th, where the White Sox will take on the Cubs, and will come to an end on July 28th at Impact Field when the Chicago Dogs take on the Milwaukee Milkmen. We will be at that Cubs White Sox game on July 26th. We're very excited about it because, listen, Miller Lite, Vienna Beef, it just, like I already said, it does not get more Chicago than that. So 2 great pairings. And make sure you check out the full schedule. It's going to be available at millerlite.com/Vienna Beef. All right, let's get back into the show.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna swipe MAGA from you. I think we covered it a lot, but it's
Oh, they're awful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between people who like whatever, you're Republican, but
Exactly.
it's the hardcore people who are just assholes and that just I mean,
Like it's gotten to the point where you
Yeah,
can't even have a
absolutely.
conversation with someone from the other side. A lot of these people,
Yeah.
it's like ruining families because one family votes one way. It's like on a real level, like Yankees fans, I don't actually care about. These people I do. I fucking hate their guts.
Yeah, I mean, like this is the group that stormed the Capitol.
Yeah, they tried to fucking start a coup.
So yeah, like Ed,
Dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you, man, like the majority of people that, live in the middle and have, more like I'll be a little bit more red versus
Yeah.
I'll be a little bit more blue type of thing. Like
Mhm.
there's so many more of those people. It's like, dude, you can go out in the thick of it in a city somewhere and be like, okay, now I fucking get why
Yep.
you want to be a little bit more right. Then I'm telling you, you can go, like I grew up in Bonne Terre, Missouri. You go up in some of these small towns out here in Tennessee or small towns in Missouri, come across a conversation, you're just thinking, this is why these motherfuckers want.
Yeah,
This is why the other side hates the right side just
Mhm.
because of some of the ignorance that just gets spewed.
well, it's like it's 10% on each side,
Dude,
you know?
and it's allowed. It's the loudest.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the 80% were just like, we don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, like,
run shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. RFK's doing push-ups.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
funny to us.
Yeah.
We don't like
That said, Donald Trump is objectively hilarious.
He is the funniest president ever.
Dude, Shane Gillis is bit on we can say he's the funniest.
We were watching
Yeah.
that in the office the other day. This speed dating.
Yeah,
I was fucking crying.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis' Trump impression is
better than
I
Trump.
said, what a room. He's like, what does he say?
That's
really
He
good.
goes, all you got to think about is like wherever you walk into,
yeah. And then you
comment on it and then just
Like,
over exaggerate it.
wow,
again.
what a room.
Wow,
Disgusting
what a
pussy.
room.
vagina's disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's MAGA.
yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah.
All right, I'm up again. I'm gonna go with Disney fans.
Disney, huh?
Disney fans.
Disney, like the Disney adults, like the people who
Talk about the grooming, Ed.
Man,
They don't
Talk
bother
about
me,
the grooming.
but they're
Talk about the grooming.
what?
no, I'm not. What?
I'm joking.
Oh. I was like,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm like,
The
I
grooming,
don't-
the fucking.
I don't know about that. So Disney, all right. So you say they don't bother me, and largely they don't bother me either. But here's the thing.
Live and let live.
Well, listen, okay. Live and let live. When some kid gets taken to Disney World by their parents,
Mhm.
and they want to wait in line, and they got to deal with these assholes who are just shoving them out of the way, just being fucking dicks. When it's like it's largely predominantly for kids. Like that's wrong. That's wrong.
What's
You know?
wrong?
Like the adults who take the adults who have taken Disney from the kids. That's wrong.
Well, how
Like,
do
you
they
could
take
like
from the
it.
kids?
I don't even know what you're
They
talking
kind of
about.
made it about themselves. What do you mean? You've never seen that before?
I think this
adults-
pick stinks.
I think this pick really stinks.
That's
You're a Disney
bad
adult.
pig.
You're all Disney adults.
No, I haven't been to
Well,
Disney
yeah,
since
but
I
I'm
was
not
like
trying
12.
to take it from my kid. Like, I want to show her the Lion King when she gets of age.
If there was a huge line and the line cut off right before you and there was you and an adult and the adult took the picture instead of your kid, that's fucked up.
I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm not gonna say. Yeah, that
I think that's
up,
fucked
but
up.
I'm saying I don't know if that's like.
There's about 8 billion fan bases that are worse than this.
Also,
pick.
Disney, I'm folded into Star Wars, which is an awful fan base as well. They hate their own
so
product.
now you're getting two.
Well,
So you're
Yeah.
umbrelling. Yeah,
They own it.
let's slow it
They
down.
own it.
Star
they
Wars.
own it.
Yeah.
Don't they own ESPN too?
Yeah, they do.
So you're just taking the people who like the Disney
As a
Corporation.
corporation.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yeah, I would just put the stock
I'm smart.
ticker on there. Yeah.
I'm smart. Like
Yeah.
I said, they largely don't bother me too, but I just think it needs to be more about the kids.
I think those people that you're talking about are weird. Like they're weird. I don't think there's a lot of them. And I don't
Yeah.
think they really bother anybody. I just think they're a little weird.
They're kind of just there.
Yeah.
That pick really stinks.
That was you had
that was one of the worst picks maybe ever.
you
Could
could
the
have
history of the snake draft.
yeah.
No, it wasn't.
You could have like taken, I don't know, like Memphis, Tennessee Tiger fans. And I would be like, I don't really know much about them, but maybe they suck more than these Disney
That was a
fans.
bad analogy.
Probably was.
Terrible
Don't try
analogy.
to spin it around. Your pick sucks.
The only
that analogy is not going to be on
I
the
wish
board.
there was a
people-
fifth chair just so I could vote you out immediately right now with that pick.
The
I
people
think
who are only going to agree with that pick is just the people who are wanting Disney to fail because they're trying to say that they're going woke type of deal.
That's-
There is that
Those are
aspect.
the only people. And those are grown white men.
Those people are his last
already
pick.
drafted
Yeah,
them.
so they're like competing against each other basically.
Yeah.
I don't think you're not seeing my point enough, but it's fine. We can move on.
No, they're weird people. They're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like
for
I
sure.
said, they largely don't bother me either,
Yeah.
but they
So why'd
are
you draft
rabid.
them?
They are rabid.
So
I
the
just-
Comic-Con fan base. No,
Yeah,
that's,
Those
that's
guys are. I would
those
like
are-
to go to one of those. Actually,
Yeah, I would
it looks
too.
kind of
I
fun.
think that's a bad pick, man. That's a tough pick because Disney's like so much. You're really,
No,
That's fine.
and here's another point. If you're walking around for 10 straight hours for a week straight at Disney with 4 shithead kids that are all 10 and under, you're going to be on edge too, right?
Yeah, but for you guys to sit here and be like, yeah, people enjoy Disney adults, like that's a thing online. People don't like Disney adults.
I know
That's where
I
it's
know
like-
one person who is like that. He might be the sweetest person I know.
Yeah,
I don't think he's pushing kids out of the way. Like he just likes.
Sure.
It's just the happiest place.
a lot of them are nice. A lot of them.
Yeah.
There's every fan. You could pick a bad part about every fan base. How about
yeah,
that?
you can pick.
I
a
don't
bad
even-
part of every fan, but I just think this is the wrong fan base to
Yeah.
All right.
taking it.
Is your You're a DreamWorks guy? All right, fine. White Sox Dave.
You went from MAGA to Disney.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad as you're saying, but
I don't think you articulated it very well because I don't even know what you like. Disney fans that go to the park and push kids out of the way. Like, yeah, those people suck, but is that even a fan base? Like, are they rooting for something or just
yeah, they're rooting
douchebags?
for the mouse. Or we got the Mickey ears. They're walking
I
around.
mean,
that
those
fucking
people would
park.
be doing the
They
same
would
thing.
buy,
at
if
Six
there was
Flags,
one pair
too.
of fucking ears left, they would buy it and not give it to the kid.
It's like when you say a fan base, like when you name one, you can almost see the core that everybody hates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when you say MAGA, people are like just thinking of like
Yeah.
white supremacists.
Yeah.
For
You know
instance,
what
When
I
are you
mean?
going to Disney, Will? Have you taken your kid yet?
Have I taken my kid
Yeah.
to Disney? Not yet. No, she's only 14.
young,
months.
right?
But
Yeah.
I've been. To
I hope an
Disney
adult takes the last pair of ears right before her.
but that's not a fan. That's just a douchebag.
Also, yeah,
I hope
it's a
somebody
douchebag.
does too. I'm waiting for a reason.
They're going for a walk.
yeah.
Going for a walk. Yeah.
And the adults have the money. Without those adults, that place might just close
Yeah.
up shop, and then nobody gets to enjoy it.
Beehive, you can think of stuff. The
Yeah.
Liebers, the Swifties, like all these
The
different
libs.
ones that we've named. Yeah, the libs.
That's what I want on the graphic, by the way.
Yeah.
Just the libs.
But when you say Disney, there's not like a polarizing basis. People are
Right.
going to be able to connect.
What's the fan base you're like? You're just drafting some douchey dude who takes Disney too seriously. That's not a
The
fan.
guy who likes Tigger too much.
What do you mean that's not a fan? That's quite literally the definition of a fan. If you dress up and you go somewhere consistently, if you have a season pass and you live in fucking Washington,
But that-
and you
like
fly there
that guy-
5 times a year, that's a fucking fan.
I don't
It's a fan.
I hate that. You hate
Those
that.
people
Yeah,
exist?
You know.
like how many
don't
of
hate them that much, but now I feel like I gotta lean into it more.
well, yeah, that's what you're trying to do.
All right, you're up.
For instance, you brought up like if you visualize the stereotypical fan,
Yeah.
you can like instantaneously pick it. Like I can't do that for a Disney fan. You can do that with a Notre Dame fan. Fucking class ring douchebags with their little popped collars. I fucking hate Notre Dame fans.
Golly.
And I deal with them a ton because like for whatever reason, Southside Chicago is Notre Dame central.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame's not a bad pick because it's their fan base has this delusional thought that they are
the delusion
that they're-
plays
that
into
they're
it
in
more
the-
than anything.
that they're in the thick of it every year just because they have like more of an ACC-ish
They're in the thick of it.
schedule. Oh, you Notre Dame guy. Yeah. I
They're
forget.
a rung below they're like the B-level program at this point.
Well, how many A-level programs are there?
Bama, Georgia, OSU.
Yeah, I would agree.
I wouldn't even say Clemson.
Clemson will probably bounce back.
Yeah, they'll probably bounce back, but like they're
like
those.
I would say
like
Notre Dame's in that like 4 to 7 range. They're always like teetering on the.
they're Bama.
Yeah, they always
play one of those.
They don't. I don't think they think they're Bama. I think they always have hope.
As Notre Dame fan, I don't think they think they're Bama.
It's more of like I hate it because they just get
maybe not you
get to enjoy a decent record, and you're just never think like, oh, they're going to get in the playoffs. But if they do, it's going to be because they're just like they're independent.
I root for them to get steamrolled. Like
they don't really play.
Who did they play last year?
Statistically, they do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They get this fluffed. Like, all this stuff going around to where it's like TikTok's just going to give you a shitload of followers as long as you live in the algorithm type of deal. Like, it's going to be a lot of fluff.
This guy's like, oh, yeah, we beat Minnesota again this year.
Or maybe he didn't. I'm not saying it about Nebraska. Don't make this about Nebraska.
But everyone says that about Notre Dame, but then it's like you look at their conference schedule and it's like you get to play Indiana, you get to play Purdue, you get to play Northwestern 1-11. Like everybody has like
inappropriate. You didn't need to say that. And we're interviewing an alum.
He's a Northwestern fan. And but it's like, and then you play the 1 AA schools. Notre Dame doesn't play any 1 AA schools. You have those tune-up games. Who'd you guys lose to this year? Was it Northern Iowa or somebody like that?
Georgia Southern a couple years ago.
South Dakota. Who was that game?
Good program though.
And I forget that we're talking about. This is Notre Dame got drafted.
Yeah.
You knew that.
I was making me start pulling out the stats, brother.
You knew Notre Dame was going to get drafted.
Oh yeah, but I felt the need to defend it.
But you may not think that, but the stereotypical Notre Dame fan absolutely thinks that. You can't say otherwise. It's true. I
don't think Notre Dame fans think they're Alabama. Alabama's on a different level.
No, you know what? I'll even take that back because Alabama is on such a fucking different planet at this point. Too. I think most Notre Dame fans think that they have an air of entitlement.
That's true.
Not that this matters.
Look,
considering
they always think they're one coach or one player away from like being a national contender.
Yeah, if
like being in the playoff. I think if they don't make the playoff, they think it's like either the coach's fault or like they think something's like, oh, this shouldn't be happening.
It's true.
Yeah, they have that type of delusion.
He's proving my pick good for me.
Yeah, but I
mean, if you pulled 100 non-Notre Dame fans, but like big college football fans, I think that if you rank the worst fan bases, they would be top 2 or 3.
I think you're probably right, but I think that your leading point that you opened up with, the class ring, the pop collar, like the daddy's money, they're a legacy, like all that kind of stuff, spot on.
Definitely.
Okay. Those guys stink.
I almost got in a fist fight with one. He threw a knife at my face at Declan's.
It's like the private school families, dude.
Well, yes. Yeah. So that, like, you almost went to Notre Dame. You told me you wanted to go to Notre Dame.
No doubt. Yeah. I did grow up. I did want to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But they treated me a little.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a story for a different time. Yeah. And but I do think like people they wanted them to be irrelevant, and now they're relevant again. And then it's like, oh, when Notre Dame says, hey, we went 10-1, and they argue for the playoff, everyone's like, no, fuck you. Like we don't want you in. But it's like they went 10-1. They played Ohio State. They play all these. Like I think a lot of the gripes that people say about Notre Dame's schedule and all that are kind of unfounded.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
And listen, I am one of the guys who would enjoy to see Notre Dame
get smoked.
No, like in it.
Oh yeah,
I'm just helping. I think you still have to have the awareness that you do that the fan base is like. You got Coach Freeman. What was your guys' record last year?
8-4.
If you guys go worse than 8-4 this year,
fire
or 9-3, you guys are gonna be thinking, it is the fucking, which is insane because you guys have a good fucking coach.
I love Freeman. I'm a little bit worried about losing Tommy Rees to Alabama, and they got a new athletic director. I feel like Notre Dame, if they
quarterback, what's his name?
Hartman.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about Notre Dame this year.
But I'm telling you, if you don't live up to whatever the expectation is, it's going to be.
In 10 games, he's going to be on the hot seat.
Definitely true.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. And
they didn't have a coaching search or anything. Not that he didn't deserve it, but I
think he's awesome, but I think the program is in like a transition in general.
Definitely.
And I am a little nervous.
He might be like a product, like a product of that. Even like it's not in his control really.
I think
even though it is delusion, not even delusion because. we had potential to definitely be better.
Yeah.
When the Husker fan base ran out Pelini.
Yes.
I love Bo Pelini, by the
Love
way.
Bo Pelini,
I love
too.
Bo
He is
Pelini.
the fucking man.
He is the best. He sat in our office for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Just
Yeah.
old
He's
stories.
the fucking best,
Yeah.
man.
He loves you too.
Yeah,
But
he does.
it's one of those things. It's like that.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty good analogy
Yeah.
because they went through a ton of coaches before they got Kelly.
Right.
And then Kelly like brought him back, and now it's like they are kind of I don't know. I think if they do this thing where they like rush Freeman and fire him, I think he'll go somewhere and win a national championship.
There's no question because he's a good. I mean, just literally the embracing of him when he got
Oh yeah.
crowned as the head
Yeah.
coach. You just see it like
Yep.
he is that type of coach.
Yep.
But anyway, I think that's like a good pick.
I don't think
But I
they're.
still root for Notre Dame.
I don't think they're going to spend enough in NIL.
Notre Dame's
It's gonna
the
be a
Yeah,
problem.
which that's a big
Yeah.
possibility.
Yankees
They-
for me.
Their young guys have to stay in shit dorm rooms, like without
Yep.
AC and everything
Yep.
else. Because
I
we
didn't
were
realize that.
with regular students.
who was the fuck? I'm drawing a blank. Who's the quarter? What? Ian Book.
Yeah.
We were going around with him, and he was giving us a campus tour and kind of telling us about it. Which like you appreciate the grittiness of it,
Totally. Yeah.
but those are all selling points to like go to your
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. You'll have like
Yeah.
Livy Dunn's not walking through that door at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good. I had never thought of that because we did about a year ago. We were in South. Him and I were in South Bend, and he hit up Tommy Reese, and just because we were out there, and he did the whole. I had no idea until that tour we did that the football team lives with the student, like the general
Yeah.
populace.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me,
You
and
know
that
who your
might
roommate
hurt
is,
them.
too.
Right. It's like, yeah. It's
In the
just like any
NIL
other
world, you
college.
know?
Yeah.
Like back when I was coming up, like I went to camps. I went to like 2 camps in a row there. Like I wanted to go to Notre Dame. But like when you're in the dorms and everything else, like you almost you embrace that type. Like you need the people that want to go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But now with all the social media and influence and the way
Mm-hmm.
programming is with the young kids coming up and seeing social media and everything else, that stuff matters that you're like, not keeping up with, all the Clemsons, the Alabamas,
Joneses.
those
Yeah.
keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
of the world.
What did Notre Dame tell you? Because obviously, I remember your rivals page and everything. I'm a weirdo like that. But what did they tell you, or like that they didn't end up offering?
So
you for?
that year, my recruiting class, 08,
Mhm.
you guys were pretty deep in the linebackers. You guys got Posluszny.
Paul Posluszny,
Yeah.
Penn State.
You got
He was a fucking
No,
animal.
his younger brother, right? Went
his
to Notre
younger
Dame.
brother.
Yeah.
Went to Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Darius Fleming.
Actually, Fleming was 08.
Fleming,
from
Fleming was
Sarita,
my year, 'cause we were at one of the
Yeah,
games
that's
together.
right.
We were at
Yeah.
the senior one when I was really trying to get the offer.
Durkin ran over him in the
Weiss
state
was
championship.
riding around on
game.
his golf cart with this fat ass dude just flashing his fucking rings. What a loser.
He was a loser.
But they were deep at backer that year, and when they did offer me,
They did.
They did like
Later.
after the Army All-American game when everybody had already. I think I was flirting with the idea of going somewhere else because I decommitted from Nebraska whenever Callahan and all them got
Yeah.
canned, and they were quiet about Bo being the next guy. And I hadn't met Bo yet, but they had offered me after like an Army All-American when guys didn't commit, and they wanted me to play fullback first. They're like, if fullback doesn't work out, then we can look at you at backer, because they kind of had like a deep
Yeah.
backer recruiting class that year. So I was just kind of like a rebound.
Yeah.
And that sucked because I wanted to go there. Like I went to fucking camps my sophomore year, junior, their senior invite, ran a fucking 4.5,
Jesus.
like did everything I could to get it off.
Yeah. I'd say it
They
worked
did.
out
So
for you.
Yeah, it worked out all
definitely
right.
worked
Yeah.
out. But
Yeah.
I was fucking.
I would have rather
was
played
tight. I was
for
tight.
Bo than fucking. It would have been Weiss or Kelly.
It would have been Weiss for a couple years and then Kelly.
And then
Yeah.
okay, I would have rather played
yeah,
for.
Bo, like that's the best decision
Yeah.
of all time.
Fuck
is playing
yeah.
for Nebraska. You're playing for Coach Bo.
Man. Chief, you're up.
More people need to hear that, by the way, because he's got a bad stigma just because of how he acted on the sideline. They think, oh, this guy's a fucking douchebag. Like, fuck him. Who would want to play for that? He's
He's the best.
man.
Yes,
He's the best.
The man.
My pick. I'll go. Let's go back to New York. Let's go with my guy Tom Lay, New York Rangers fan. So this is a new one. It's the same thing. They're entitled. They feel like they're entitled to get every trade. So I'm a big Blackhawks fan. Obviously the Patrick Kane stuff when he was. I've been having Rangers fans in my mentions for 18 months. The Rangers finally do trade for him, like my all-time favorite. Like he's my favorite athlete. He had a bum hip. And then they put everything that went wrong with the Rangers, they said was Patrick Kane's fault. Not the 19 other guys that fucked up for the Rangers. Patrick Kane and the one hip that he had, even though he was still third on the team in scoring. I fucking hate those people for not liking Patrick Kane, but then wanting him more than anything. So that they drive me crazy. That's a new one for me. I don't think I'll ever forgive him. I'm going to hate, and it's all the Yankees fans who become hockey fans. That's really what it is. And Tom Lay.
Sounds pretty personal.
Yeah, it is. It is personal. I took it personally.
I'm sure they're awful.
They're Yankee fans as hockey fans.
I do give a little ditty on these people.
Different shade of blue.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. But it is like the
Are
entire.
they greasy?
Some of them.
Do they smell bad?
I haven't smelled them. Tom smells fine.
Tom typically smells fine, which is that's the exception to the rule, though. I would say.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't relate to this one.
You can't. I know this is a me pick, but like they are Yankee fans as hockey fans, and it's the entitlement thing where it's like anybody who's available, well, the Rangers can get them. Rangers get them, and then they finally get them, and it's like it's all that guy, and then they bitch about it because it's not like they didn't have 12 other problems.
I've seen Yankees fans bitching about Judge this year because he's hurt all the time.
They're New York fans in general are the worst. The worst.
So you went with the state, New York.
I went with New York Rangers fans, the hockey team, but it's like the same as
no, not.
Hang on, it plays into my theory. I think we can digest later.
Okay, all right.
How are Islanders fans?
I think they're annoying too, but not at the same level as the Rangers.
Mets fans are the absolute fucking best. I love them to death.
That's just because they're miserable, as just like
exactly.
You.
We share that.
Yeah.
All right, Will, you're up.
I'm gonna go with In-N-Out Burger fans.
Ooh, that's a fucking great one.
I thought you were gonna take this.
Great one. Fuck, I wish I thought of that.
Fans, man, they're just
the stands for In-N-Out.
Yeah, they're absolutely fucking delusional about their burger. I think it is a good burger.
A good burger.
It is a really good burger, but it is not great. It is like
people will do like a pilgrimage for it.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
I think there's one that's better after hearing this.
Okay.
Or like worse.
We'll wait for your pick.
We'll
We're on the
wait for
In-N-Out.
Yeah. But In-N-Out fans are just absolutely delusional, thinking like it is the best burger. It's not that. It is not that great of a burger.
Oh, I love.
Good, not great. What's up?
Yeah, who specifically?
Yeah, a lot of them, man. You see them coming out.
It seems like this is a leading question.
I mean, Taylor's a pioneer for In-N-Out for sure.
Taylor is.
It's like when we had the burger breakdown. I don't know if you guys remember when Kreischer came on and we did our burger tier talk, and then that's when it started to go like it was starting to get loud out there. It was my case in point is In-N-Out Burger is an A+ experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is an A+. It's A+ customer service. It's you get there. They got a simple menu. They do what they do. They do it well, but they're not. It's still not a fucking some elite burger that they talk about. It's because when you go in there, you get taken care of. Fast service. They got lines that are fucking, like Chick-fil-A. I think Chick-fil-A has.
That's the one I was talking about.
Oh yeah, Chick-fil-A.
People are fucking nuts over that. Like waiting.
I love Chick-fil-A. But it's a great story. But as far as the quality of the burger, yes, their ingredients that they get, it's got to be
all local kind of.
It's got to be like within what?
I didn't know
100
that.
miles or some shit like that.
Did not know that.
But biting through their burger, their bun breaks before you meet the mesh point.
Ooh.
I like the crispy rim though.
Do what?
The rim of the bun is like a little
charred a little bit.
Yeah,
it's toasted.
Yeah. Again, they put
details.
a lot. They put a lot of effort into it, but it's just not this elite.
Do they have
burger.
In-N-Out here?
No, it's only like out west because everything has to be within 100 miles.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a slow chain that grows.
Yeah.
but you could say this though, Will. In-N-Out in general deserves their due, like you said, because of what the performance. You're just talking the burger specifically.
I also feel
The burger specifically is everyone that claims it's the best burger. It is not.
Yeah.
You can hear Taylor's rant on it, and I'm telling you, it is. He's one of the better storytellers of our time, of our generation.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. Once you get deeper and actually get into the taste of the burger, it ain't that.
I do feel like they led a fast food burger revolution though. Like they raised everyone's. It was McDonald's and Burger King for a long time, and they both kind of suck. I think there's like a million smash burger type places now, those chains that have become awesome, and I think they were first. So I
It's
think
commendable what they've done. Like what
I
the
didn't
way
know
they
this story.
take it out and everything is like
yeah,
consistency is key, and they fucking knock it out of the park for that. But
it's a good
talking
burger.
about I get your point.
Yeah, because they're like insane about it. They're insane about
Exactly.
it. Those fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Taylor from?
He's from out west.
Okay. I don't know.
What his rivals page say?
He was
an
big
Under
time.
Armour All-American.
Yeah, he was a big time recruit. 4-star. You were a 3-star, 5.5 on Rivals. I remember.
No, brother, I was a 4. Please do not disrespect me. 5.8, 4-star.
Were you 5'8"? I thought you were 5'5".
No, I was 5'8.
Okay, I'll have to look.
You're up again, Will.
Brother, I know.
No, I know. No, I know. I could have fucking swore it was 5'5".
I'll Google that later. Welcome to the
That
White
was
Sox
like-
Dave experience.
I'll fact
No,
check
I
it.
obviously believe you. I could like I was.
You said
Positive.
I'll have to check that.
I'm gonna go back and look, not to prove me right and him wrong. I'm just like, wait, I gotta refresh
Your
my
word's
memory.
good enough for me. Just for the record, your word's good enough for me. 5'8", 4-star.
Yeah, 5'8". Yeah. Missouri.
Yep.
I think I was 3. Below. Gabbert was 1. I don't know if like Wes Kemper, the tight end, Andrew, he went to Mizzou.
How far outside St. Louis were you?
An hour.
Okay, you never played East St. Louis in anything.
No.
No, we just played. You talking about the high school?
Yeah,
No. We played New Madrid where Maroney went. Who's the running back for the Patriots?
Oh, Maroney, yeah.
Yeah, Maroney.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence Maroney, Minnesota guy.
Minnesota, yeah.
But
Me?
no East.
No,
St. Louis. I got one more.
Oh, yeah.
My next one is going to be Texas. I'm talking about the state of Texas.
Oh, like,
Fans, yeah.
don't mess with Texas
Yeah,
people?
don't mess with Texas. Like everything's bigger, everything's better in
Yeah.
Texas.
That's a good one, too.
Good old boys out in Texas.
Yeah,
It's a culture I could easily fall into, but for this draft,
yeah.
I think people who fucking, people who live in the state of Texas, I think they're fucking better. That they're ultimately America type of mentality.
They're like, they think they're more American than us,
Yeah.
but then they're also like, we might just leave this country altogether. We're just
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
our own republic.
Secede and just
Yeah.
be Texas. So, yeah.
Then you got the Longhorns fans. You bring Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
If I can grab, all those fans in there.
Yeah. No, I think because it is like a Texas mindset.
Yeah,
Totally.
the Texas
Yeah.
mindset, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think Cowboys fans are everywhere though.
They are.
Those are
everywhere.
the worst.
America's team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they used to say like that old Texas stadium where they had like the hole cut out and like before Jerry's Rule still has that too. But I remember like the old one, they'd be like, my dad has a like good friend who's like, that's so God can watch his favorite team. Like look.
Oh
down,
my
look
God.
down from
If
heaven,
someone ever said it
watch
to
the
me-
Cowboys, like, oh, Jesus.
And this is, I was a
Gives me the
Dallas fan
ick.
growing up.
You were?
Yeah, because my dad was.
Okay.
I don't know why. It was him and his best friend. They
They love
loved
Roger Staubach.
and I think they loved the rivalry because they also liked the Steelers back in like
Okay.
the 70s. So then when Dallas, arguably one of the better dynasties of all time in the 90s,
Yep.
that was just when I was young, easily
Mhm.
influenced.
Yep.
Emmitt Smith,
Mhm.
You
Gene
got sold a
Novacek,
bill of
Nate
goods.
Newton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moose Johnson.
Oh, they had all Jay Novacek.
Yeah, I remember sitting in the living room on the couch when Dion caught that deep bomb in the first quarter when they played the Steelers.
Yep. Oh, in the Super Bowl day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texas forever.
Who was the corner who had the 2 picks? Larry Brown? Was it Larry Brown? He's
How about
Super Bowl MVP.
Sandal.
was it?
I'll have to Google it. The guy who was Super Bowl MVP picked off Neil O'Donnell twice.
Yeah, I thought was it Woodson?
I thought it was Larry something, but whatever. It doesn't matter. But
You might be right.
That's a good pick, but I do wonder, like a lot of people have, but they take it to another level.
they do.
Like
Their
their
state
pride.
pride.
Actually, you know what? Chicago people kind of take.
Oh yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah.
With our flag and everything.
Definitely do.
Got
Yeah.
a good flag, though.
100%.
It's
So
just a
I
good-looking
could
flag.
relate, Yeah,
We got
Yeah.
a good flag.
Yeah, it's a good flag.
yeah. Chief.
All right. I don't know if this is going to offend you, but St. Louis Cardinal fans are
They're
brutal.
No
very
Brutal.
bad.
Yeah,
No.
brutal.
Oh,
Sorry, man.
They're horrible.
They're the worst, and they think like they have like this elitist, like I'm better than you.
Best fans.
We're there's a parody account called Best Fans in
It's
Baseball.
not
on
even
Twitter.
a parody. I don't think.
I think it.
That's
is
the
it too
thing,
deep
like,
of a
I-
parody. It has to be a
I
parody.
don't think it is. I mean, a lot of the
parody.
like.
No, it is a parody.
It's a parody, but a lot of it's serious.
But it's like quotes from like things that Cardinals fans would say. Like they're all about like fucking sportsmanship to a degree. Like they know
Sportsmanship.
they know how to be a baseball fan better than anybody else. That's how Cardinals fans view themselves.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a great baseball town. I'll say
I was
that.
gonna say,
It
like,
is.
I feel like we have a good, wholesome fan base.
Yep, you would say that.
I really do, because when you got to think too, like to the hate of the New York Yankees fan base, like that is such a louder, it would go, you know, I'm going to butcher this, but we have double-digit championships.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like we have a storied
I think they're
tradition.
Great uniform.
That's what I'm saying. We have a
Yeah.
storied tradition that's not like shoved down people's throats. I don't think. Maybe you guys might think being like Chicago. I know the Cubs, the rivalry. Like you guys are right
Yeah.
across the border.
They're like, let me show you the way. Let me show you how to be a baseball fan. This is how we do it.
This is my next pick.
Yeah.
So.
They were high on my list.
Yeah.
And I don't
you
even.
guys are from. You guys are Chicago
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
So
But I
you
hate
guys,
the
you guys are
Cubs, so I
neighbors.
should like them. Is my point, and they're so fucking awful that I can't stand them. And I should be on their side because I hate the Cubs that much. I
Yeah.
load the Cubs.
Yeah. I think
wish
it's
I could like
St.
Cardinals
Louis is,
fans. They're
neighboring
brutal,
up
though.
to you guys.
And I don't even. It's one of
I
those
think
things.
everywhere else, it's like you can be in every other state in like a tradition like St. Louis. It won't be shoved down your throat as much as like the Yankees
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and everything
Yeah.
else like that.
It's
fan
just
base,
yeah,
how loud it is.
not as presented, I guess, or broadcasted. But if you're in the Midwest and if you're a big baseball fan, you know how bad Cardinals fans are. They're awful.
And I don't even hate the city. Like a lot of Chicago people just shit on St. Louis. I actually like St. Louis.
I have
I've
fun
had a
in
good
St.
time in
yeah.
Sioux
Yeah.
Lard.
I've never had a
It's good,
bad
but
time.
It's a great
Sioux Lard's
spot.
great. You know,
Yeah.
I like it there.
Lockleeds Landing or whatever.
Yeah, it's good, but
The casino down there is sweet.
Yeah, the fans are just tough.
That Ballpark Village is awesome, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Dude,
Ballpark
it's
Village is
incredible.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Great
And they
ballpark.
also had the higher ground for us for years until
Yeah.
we won World Series. So it was like
Yeah.
it was always just miserable.
I feel you about the fan base stuff. I don't chalk it up as just one of the worst fan bases.
For baseball,
They're
it's
condescending.
top
They're
two.
condescending.
That's a good way to put it
Yeah.
too.
I just think we let the culture speak for itself.
Yep.
Like we are America's pastime.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think we just
Yeah.
more so brag. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's like a blatant arrogance. But
It's
yeah,
like-
I think
it
it's
feels like an intentional, like backhanded compliment kind of thing. Like that's kind of how
Fair,
they. Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Dave, you're up.
I got two heavy hitters.
I think we represent.
I'm gonna
the way
try to
baseball
get
fans
both of them. For my last two, I'm gonna take Penn State for the first one. Penn State football. Fucking vile human beings. Absolutely horrible. You guys can take it from here because I'll get carried away, I think.
No, what's your
I don't
pick?
think we need to get into all that, but
No, obviously
Lack of
defend-
institutional control.
lots of lack of institutional control, defending him to the death. They think they're like a worse version of Notre Dame in a way, where they think that they're this A-list Mount Rushmore program. They're not. They're probably a C level. I'd say they're a rung below Notre Dame.
I think there's
And
something to having 110,000 every Saturday.
It's awesome, sure. But those, like, the people, especially over the last 15 years with all the Joe Pa, whatever his face was stuff, like,
Sandusky.
it's really radiated
Yeah.
and amplified itself to the point where, like, I cannot stand those people. They're horrible.
There's a percentage of that group that's like, you have lost your fucking mind.
If you were talking about Swifties in the Bay Hive earlier, if you tweet Penn State football like Paterno knew or something, like you'll get attacked by swarms of these people that just Google his name to this day. And it happened, what, 15 years to 12
Yeah.
years ago, 14 years ago? When was that? 2010?
When what happened?
something like that.
When all that shit went down?
Dusky and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2011 because we were the first game we were the first
Oh,
game.
really?
They should have
Really?
they should have gotten the
It
death
was
penalty
eerie,
for a
bro.
couple
It was
years.
eerie.
Wait, talk about that a little bit.
I remember like the week of when we were preparing for Penn State and all that came out and you're watching like, people light stuff on fire and rioting and shit like that was happening.
Yeah.
Seeing that on TV, you're kind of thinking like, yo, are they going to push the game or is something going to happen? We end up going out there and playing the game, but we stayed at a motel. We stayed at the motel that shared a parking lot with that facility, with the building that Sandusky had.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Legit. Motel. Shared the parking lot.
Jesus.
And just an eerie time. I mean, it was the first game. Like everybody came together for
Yeah.
that big prayer before the game. It wasn't like rambunctious loud because obviously it was a
Yeah.
massive moment for Penn State and everybody. But wild game, won
Nice.
17-14 or 17 something.
There you go.
Jesus.
and I hate their head coach. I've hated him since he was at Vanderbilt. I fucking hate that guy,
think
James Franklin.
I haven't heard the best stuff.
I hate that guy. He canceled 2 games against Northwestern because Northwestern kept beating him.
When he was at Vandy.
Yeah. And he just canceled him. And after the game was canceled, he got a letter. Pat Fitzgerald got a letter in the mail saying, sorry, we're canceling the series, the remainder of it. Mm-hmm. And Fitz found out the same way everybody else found out on social media. That's bullshit.
Well, what's the real breakdown of the people who are like the crazies? Who are still defending?
Penn State fans, like there's a lot of Yankee Penn State fans, which adds to my detestment of these people. Thomas.
Sure. Yeah, look out for that. Look out for that camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that was there.
We could move it on. All right, it's
the whiteout's cool. I like the whiteout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What's the percentage of like 3%?
If they got 110,000, how many of that 110
are the ones that are like standing there being like,
yeah,
the statue back up? Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
It's like a weird thing to even talk about.
I know it is, but I feel like most people are logical enough to be like, "Yo, that's fucking horrible."
So one of my best friends I've known.
Statue fans would be a funny one.
Statue fans
or the anti-statue. Or the lips. Yeah.
Oh,
the way
funny.
people lose their mind over statues is so funny, bro.
Yeah.
It's a fucking statue. Shut up.
All right, it's to me.
Hey, let's stop one more time here because I want to talk about MUGSY jeans. MUGSY makes the most comfortable jeans, chinos, shorts, and joggers ever. Made from buttery soft, patented stretch materials that look stylish, insanely comfortable. They're never too baggy. They're never too tight. MUGSY also just dropped the Cool Max denim that are like air conditioners for your legs. They spent years in the lab developing the most breathable jeans ever, designed with lightweight fibers to ensure a cool breeze with every single step. Go from the backyard barbecue to the bar in one swift motion all summer long. Could not vouch for MUGSY more. My MUGSYs were in the wash a couple weeks ago when I got put on blast for stool scenes for having shitty jeans on. And I'm just not going to let that happen again because MUGSYs look great. They feel great. And people will definitely notice when you're wearing a pair of MUGSY. So head to MUGSY.com and get 10% off now using code Chicago. That's 10% off some of the most premium jeans, chinos, swimwear, and shorts on the internet. MUGSY also offers free shipping and returns, so there's absolutely no risk giving them a try. If you're in Boston, Chicago, DC, or Austin, Texas, make sure to head downtown and check out their storefront as well. Easy vibes every time. Enjoy a beer while you shop. One more time, MUGSY.com, code Chicago for 10% off. Get some MUGSY. I can't recommend it enough. There's still a lot of summer left. We still got at least a month and a half. And September's pretty warm too, and the shorts are awesome. They're great. They're great shorts. So highly recommend MUGSY. All right, let's continue on with the show.
Very personal, but it's Packer fans.
That's my toss up. Yeah.
Packer fans. Anytime we go to Wisconsin, they're wearing that fucking ugly ass jersey,
the cheese
dumbass piece of cheese on their head, and they're just looking at you like you're a piece of shit because you're a Bears fan. And they have the upper hand, so like we can't like argue that much.
That's the sad part about it.
Fucking kills me every time because I do like their state a lot. It's great.
Yeah.
Good beer, good cheese, hang out, great bars, pull tabs, you name it. But the people just fucking they have something over me.
Yeah.
And it kills me. Don't say that.
They do though.
That's true.
You come into their territory and you are inferior.
You walk in with your fucking butt cheek spread because that's what's going to happen.
I was going to say your head hang a little low, but you went butt cheek spread.
I mean, that's what they've done to the entirety of all of our lives. That's what they've done to us.
If this was back in the medieval times, the Packer fan base would come in your tribe and rape you.
And kill you and eat your children.
Yes.
Like those people in the thrones.
We got to start beating these fuckers.
This year. It's going to start happening this year, man.
Week 1.
No.
It could. Yeah. I think it could happen this year, too.
That pisses me off so bad that they're opening up with the Packers. That game needs to be in 10 degrees, not 90 degrees.
The next one's in last game of the year.
Yeah.
Start open and close.
I it bothers me.
Your hands in the camera, I think, again.
I'm sorry.
Dude, these fuckers, man.
Yeah, it's
tough.
Dude. Yeah.
I know it's
so
tough. I know it is.
But it's like...
And like Rodgers is the perfect guy to rile them up, like the shit he would do, and his smile. Oh, dude,
his smug little Alan Covert looking grin.
Yeah,
it's bad.
His ayahuasca.
Bad.
You know what, though? In a weird way, I would be the most obnoxious. I mean, because they have nothing else in that fucking state, really.
Yeah.
In terms of sport, I mean, Brewers, whatever. but I would be every bit of as obnoxious if I had that amount of success over my rival.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been that fan.
Oh, exactly.
When the Blackhawks were rolling, they won the 3 cups. I was the most hateable person on the internet.
I would love to be that hateable. I'm that hateable for no reason.
I can't wait till they're good again.
No reason you don't think?
Well, I don't have a reason to be a fucking cunt like I am. I just am. Like if my teams were successful, which none of them are, I would be the most hated person on the internet.
Yeah.
And I would embrace it.
There's this bar right across the border called the Brat Stop, and it's just got a bear hanging.
Like a dead
You
one?
walk in. No, like a cartoon bear. I just look at it every time I go. I'm like, these motherfuckers. God
damn it.
Stop going there.
You know? We got good cheese curds.
Oh. You gotta sacrifice something. Yeah.
Brendan Dassey too, though. And like those guys.
He didn't do anything.
I think he did.
The little kid?
Yeah.
He just wanted to watch wrestling,
Yeah,
dude. He didn't do that.
Fuck.
You think he was manipulated?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
sure.
Big time. The other one, I don't
course.
know. But Brennan didn't do anything.
What was the other guy's name? And Kathleen Zellner? Stephen Avery.
Yeah.
Stephen Avery.
All right, 5th round. I'll kick it off. This pick is like serious, but so I feel like I'm doing like a Nick and KB, you know, when they do that draft and one guy was just saying serious stuff. One guy was fucking around. But these people are actually the worst, and it's the serial killer fans.
That's you, dude.
No.
I love serial killers.
You're an idiot.
obsessed
I'm
with
talking
them.
about the girls who like go and write like Richard Ramirez love letters.
What about the
and, like,
guys
Mary
who
Charles
sit on
Manson?
Reddit pages until 4 in the
You
morning?
hate cult fans.
Like people that are
You
in
hate the
cult.
people who want to fuck them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the people who like those people are actually like psychotic. Like they should be in the cell with them.
You don't.
You're
like
writing
being
love
associated
letters?
He
with
hates
them.
the serial killers have game.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
They-
but,
people
like-
are savagely murdering people and you're getting married to them across a piece of glass. That is a bad fan base. That's not people you want
dude.
breathing this oxygen that we are on the outside.
Yeah, you don't
It's
like.
not.
You don't like them giving all the other serial killer fans a bad name, like you.
See, now you're just trying to spin it on me. I would
serial killer fans is what you said.
You love serial
serial
killers.
killer lovers. Like the love affair people.
Like there was
specifically.
there was a Stephen Avery girlfriend
Yes,
in the
dude,
documentary.
yes.
Yeah, no, those people are super weird.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're crazy.
yeah, that's a better pick than your Disney pick, I'd say.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I was saving it because I didn't think anyone would take it.
yeah.
Those people are nuts. Can you imagine? What do you say
You were safe.
on that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Very small fan base.
Yeah, it's just
Very small, but the fact that
passionate,
there
though.
we're
are
talking tens.
Passionate though, because they will fuck them.
yes, the fact that there are any.
passion. Yeah,
That,
Yeah, but
those,
there's weirdos out here, brother.
yeah, those 10. I mean,
You seen
they'll
them parades.
they'll march into Happy Valley and they'll scare the fuck
But
out of 110,000.
they're
True.
easily ignored though. That's like takes away from it, I feel like.
Dave, the fact that exists is just
it
not-
is.
it's-
Yeah, that's
I'm with
bad.
that on that, but there is a little something where you're a fan of these people. Like I don't know anybody who's into true crime more than you are.
that's not true.
Oh
In
no,
my
that's
life,
that's
you're
a
number one in my life.
That's a
For true crime,
massively
for loving true crime.
You
I
not
love
know
true-
any girls?
Yeah, girls love that shit. That
I
is
don't know
true.
why they do that though.
Yeah, it's like what?
But like I guess I was thinking guys only, but why do girls love true crime so much?
Wow.
It is interesting. I watched.
It is,
I know,
yeah.
but it's like,
Dude, if someone goes missing and there's like no trace, that's naturally curious. Like, how did this happen?
yeah,
Of course. What do
sure.
you, that's how I look at it.
no, that's when you go on 4chan.
I've never been. That's fuck you. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's fucking defamation.
Yeah,
White Sox Dave.
Yeah.
College
College football team you going with?
easy one. I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna pull a Cusack. I'm gonna go. If you root for the same two teams in the same city, you're the biggest fucking loser on earth. I hate you.
double fans.
Yeah, the double fans. Like if you're a Cubs and a White, you root for the Chicago. Like you have to pick one. Cubs or White Sox.
So people who wear
Islanders
a split jersey people,
Split jersey people, yeah.
except for
And
moms.
If your kid's playing and you're a mom, I'll kind of allow it.
But they should pick a kid.
They should pick a kid. I honestly think you should pick a kid. Like it was Brady Quinn and the James Laurinaitis, was it?
AJ Hawk.
AJ
yeah.
Hawk, that's what it was.
And that's okay, right?
Teetering on the edge of not okay.
Hand
I mean, that's
down.
the that's
Dad,
that's the
absolutely
sister
not.
/wife.
A dad, absolutely not. You pick a son.
Oh, so you want the Kelsey family to choose in the Super Bowl?
Yes, absolutely. But but like family, that there's gray area with family and like significant others and all that. If you are a Cubs and a White Sox fan, like right now, I'm the most miserable human on earth because my team is
hand down
complete dog shit. If the Cubs win the World Series this year, I will end my life.
Damn.
You have to go down with the ship. You can't root for the other team. That's just, it's against the rules. It's against the rules.
Dave has said that November 2nd, 2016 was the worst day of his life because the Cubs won the World Series.
It was honestly, it was up there with some of the worst. I could hear the fireworks going off. Everybody's having fun. I'm looking at Instagram. Everybody's like fucking raging in the streets. I'm staring at the ceiling, asking myself, where did I go wrong? Because it was that bad of a day for me.
Split jersey fans.
Yeah.
Split jersey fans fucking stink.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
The analytics sports fans, where they're like,
That's a
they're
great
just
pick.
picking stats. They're like showing you
Cherry
charts.
pick it too.
It's just all charts and graphs, and they're like, they think their opinion is better than yours because they have some fucking number attached to it, and we even watch the games. Like those people who think that they are the smartest people on the internet, the smartest sports fans there are because they look at a graph.
Because they read fan graphs.
It drives me fucking crazy. I hate I hate like the analytics crowd.
Tried to make this a law and I got shit on in that draft, but
What?
I tried to make this a law in
What's the law?
the laws we'd make draft.
What?
So-
Remind me?
I said I'd take sabermetrics out of baseball, and you guys were like, "That's a terrible pick."
I don't think we ripped on. I would have. I don't think.
I might have just been trying to win the draft.
Yeah, probably.
You're admitting that he's not truthful.
You gotta play chess out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I don't think you
that
should
pick.
take the metrics out of the sport, but the people who play analytics the entire time, yeah, they suck.
They suck. Yeah, they suck.
What analytically? What we're usually on the good side or the bad side?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, bad side.
Yeah.
Yeah. The scientist's been trying to equate me to numbers for years, bro.
So you hate these guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was undrafted. You know what I mean?
You showed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb motherfuckers. dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, analytically, Will Compton, he's not going to make this tackle going around this.
Yeah, his.
I think ultimately what I would love is for everybody in the front office that year, sit in a room and publicly say that we were wrong about Will Compton.
Oh,
Do you have like a number one person would you would like to have them say that?
Do what?
Do you have a number one person who you'd like to hear them say that?
I don't know. Like through the years, I tried finding out, like in Washington, both like who was responsible for trying to get my name up there and get me there.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody who was in the room, whether it's coach or, scout or whatever, being like, I don't think this is the move this year.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Nobody would ever give it to you?
No, not really. Like when I tried figuring out who was like, like rooting for me type of thing,
Yeah.
there's one scout that says it was kind of collective between like a few people.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have loved to know who was like against.
Yeah.
probably the guy looking at his Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
analytics
That type
guy.
of Yeah. He doesn't see you running down and kick off the way everyone else does.
Yeah.
You didn't like develop any relationships with scouts because in baseball,
Yeah. It's like when I was starting to like come along and stuff like that, like the head guy at the time, when we'd see each other and chat and stuff like that, he'd be like, hey, you're doing your thing out there. Like a lot of people upstairs can tell that, the defense, you like
goes through you.
Yeah, like you get guys going, they play around you, like you guys all play together a lot better.
Yeah, how
stuff
do you
like
measure
So
that?
I'd be like fired
Black
up.
shirts.
Yeah. I'd be like,
That's actually a great.
Because there's value in that. And like
Oh,
definitely.
that's where it's like it drives me
measure that.
fucking crazy when they're just like, nah, it's war. Look at his war. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like that like
In
drives me insane.
In baseball
I hate those people.
specifically, they like the stat heads will just cherry pick like, oh, he's great. Like Jose Quintana, he's a great example for this because he was awesome. He actually was a very good pitcher, but for whatever reason, he was worth like 6 wins, 5.5, 6 wins a year when he was on the Sox. I'm watching him like he's a perfectly adequate 3 or 4.
You wouldn't want him starting game 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like everyone's like, oh, dude, he's like,
Yeah.
look at his WAR. Look at his WAR. I'm like, I watch him go 6 innings and give up 3 runs every game, which is perfectly fine. but is he ever going to shut a playoff team down? I don't know that he is.
Analytical fan's a good pick.
That's a great pick, I think.
They're the worst.
They try to
take the joy out of
They
it.
just try to checkmate you on arguments,
Yeah.
and it's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
seeing
tell me what your numbers are
yeah.
saying because I'm seeing what I'm
Right.
seeing.
Analytics are a crutch for the talentless, Ed.
Thank you, Dave.
Preach.
Will, Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. I'm going to go with a pick that would be unassuming but needs its moment.
Ooh.
Celery fans. People that like celery.
There are a lot of like celery stands out there.
Negative calories, man.
That right there.
There was that juice craze too. For a
Who
minute.
wants to fucking eat food that makes you lose calories?
I should probably be doing some of
Jabronis.
that.
Nobody.
I like celery and peanut butter.
Yeah. Celery fans.
You ever had a nice mirepoix?
Peanut butter goes on
Everything.
any item.
That's true.
That is true.
Over top
They're
of
putting it
celery,
on
bro.
burgers now, and it's fucking delicious.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you
peanut butter and
repulsed
jelly.
by it?
No, I'm not repulsed. I just like to get that jab in there for people who like celery. Like,
So if you're getting wings, will you go to the carrots and the celery and dip?
no.
Oh,
I like to.
Ridiculous. Celery does not taste good.
Yeah,
Celery does not have any, like, it's not that fucking good.
It's like a conduit for other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
but again, there's many other
Yeah,
conduit
you're right.
choices that are better than celery.
Do you like it in a soup, like a chicken noodle soup?
I'd prefer it not to be in a chicken noodle soup.
Okay, all right.
I like the crunch it adds in chicken noodle soup.
I do too. A little texture, but you're supposed to
it's-
cook it
it's-
down. Yeah.
But
Very
who's like wearing
nothing.
celery t-shirts?
I don't know.
Who's doing that?
Like the In-N-Out one, it's like there's a
Yeah,
flash
like
on
who-
the internet.
Wasn't
I don't
there
think-
a
no one's
Nickelodeon?
no one's waving a celery flag.
Are you in the corner of the internet that we just don't know, where people are just
I don't
yammering?
even know if it's real. But I know when I get in those little arguments, like, yeah, I kind of fuck with celery. It's like, dude, no, celery fucking sucks, bro.
I don't.
Chicken salad?
So
What
big.
if- what if it's in a
everybody a
chicken
part of
salad?
big celery out there? Fuck you.
It's coming for you.
Wasn't there a Nickelodeon show where it was the celery stalk was like a character? Why am I like remembering this kind of?
I don't know.
Tails?
Oh, that's what it was. VeggieTales. Yes,
fuck.
VeggieTales.
Yeah, Pete the Tomato and what's his name? The cucumber, Larry the Cucumber. Yeah.
I don't remember the names. That's what I was thinking of though. Was
Vegetable
VeggieTales.
fans suck.
Just in general.
You know,
yeah.
my diet has
Oh, if
pretty
you-
much
why don't
shifted
you
to just
take
red meat.
vegetarians? Vegetarians are fucking terrible.
That's a good point.
Good point, but I feel like that's not coming from me.
Yeah.
I would love to change that. I would love to say vegetarian.
Hands off the chess piece.
You
This
got
guy's going.
celery.
He could fight the celery guy's head on.
Vegans, dude.
Yeah, they're brutal.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Get your sword for the celery.
Oh, that would've been a
so
good
here's
pick.
my theory on. Do you need to say
No.
anything that
No,
concludes
no.
the draft? All right.
No, we'll do honorable mentions, but lead us off here.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Vegans.
Vegan fans.
Vegan fans, yeah.
But what my theory was, like New York, Northeast fans in general, when their teams are good, they are the worst fan bases
Super insufferable.
because the Northeast has arguably the worst people,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a very good point.
the most intolerable people, just like fucking the city, the A to B. They're just a bunch of fucking assholes up in the Northeast.
Preach.
Dude, what? Philly fans, dude, the playing in front of Philly is fucking awesome, but it is like arguably the worst fucking thing. My wife, she was like, would wear anything washing, got a can of alcohol thrown at her and called it cunt. You know what I mean? Like egged. Like the whole
yeah,
way when they were going there, like it's Philly. New York Yankees, brutal. New York
Red
anything.
Sox, brutal.
Red Sox,
Yeah.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
Anybody up in the Northeast, when they're good at something, they're unbearable because
I was talking to
it's the
Dante.
worst people on or in the country that are fucking up there.
And there's more of them.
And there's more of them.
Yeah,
And
there's
tightly packed too.
Yeah, but it's just like if the Titans have a million hardcore fans, you might have some that are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But then that's like times 20 or 30 for New York.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
I was talking to Dante at the Barstool bar. I don't know how we got on the subject, but we were talking about how awful people from Boston are, and he's from Boston. He's like, they're the worst. They're ugly people, first of
Yeah,
all,
I'm
and they're
telling you,
just
brother.
bad people.
any other honorable mentions here.
A few other sports ones.
I got two left. I'll just say them. Kentucky basketball.
Yep.
You know, Cats
Duke.
by 90.
Duke,
like,
yeah.
Duke basketball too.
This one's kind of niche.
Front runner fans.
Yeah.
They fucking suck, dude.
All right. How about, I didn't know how to say this, but it's the people who are Yankees, Lakers.
Right.
Mitch.
Front runner.
Mitch back there, he loves, hey, from Philly, right? Talks about all from Philly. He loves Ohio State, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Yankees.
I'm not a baseball fan.
You would be a fucking Yankees fan, though.
I wouldn't.
I think he's a Yankees fan.
But he's a front runner type fan. When you got
Yeah.
those front runner fans, it's like, like you said, Cowboys, Yankees, like they just take all the best
Cowboys,
teams.
Yankees, Lakers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Lakers.
Djokovic. You like them all, huh? He's got all the front runners.
Vegan fans, vegetarian,
Yeah.
CrossFit fans.
Oh,
that
that's a cult.
Fuck.
That's
Cross.
great. That would have been a great
Yeah.
pick.
Brutal.
This is a new-ish development for me. I'll talk too. Indiana basketball fans are fucking brutal. I've discovered that in the last couple of years. And then
I don't think
Houston
they make too much
Astros
of a
fans
fuss.
are awful since the sign stealing shit. They are
Astros.
Astros
They got to
fans.
stay in. They got to, the fans got something taken away that they didn't know about.
They played on national
stay 10 toes
TV Saturday night, I think, on ESPN. And there was a graphic, just an ESPN graphic, or whatever channel they were on. And there was in the graphic, a bucket of balls kicked over, and it kind of sort of resembled a garbage can, which is what they were banging on to steal the signs.
Yeah.
And Astros fans went fucking crazy saying, "Oh, this is classless by ESPN. How could they do this? Like that's a garbage can. That's a subliminal messaging. Like whoever did this should get fired." It's like, dude, it's a bucket of baseballs, you fucking psychopaths. But they are crazy
Insecure
about it. It is absurd how bad Astros fans have gotten.
I'm thinking of a lot more now.
Yeah, no, they're all popping in.
Fortnite fans.
Mm.
I never got into it.
This
I don't
one's
know.
kind of niche too, but I got Euphoria fans.
I know one guy who's,
Dude, well, but Euphoria fans are nuts.
Really?
You watch that show?
I haven't seen it either.
Nuts. Aren't they nuts though? Do you know what I mean? Like they're crazy. They all hate the director. They call him a pig and shit
Yeah.
because the girls take their tops off and stuff. And
That's every show ever.
no, but it's a little more.
Well,
extreme
yeah,
than
it's,
Euphoria.
I mean,
But,
yeah,
they're nuts. They're crazy.
great show.
I mean, Harry Potter fans.
That would have been a good one.
Hardcore. Yeah.
Hardcore. I do like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Is there any good soccer
Star Trek
fan?
fans?
Yeah, soccer. I didn't know enough.
But since we couldn't say football, because I was thinking about soccer fans, because it's that shit is fucking.
I just don't know a thing about them, but
what
I'm sure
about
they're
it?
brutal.
Like in general, the whole sport?
No, just the soccer fans. You know what I mean? Like when you're where I grew up, soccer was very brand new as we were going through high school.
Yeah.
So if you played soccer during football season, you're
what'd
such
you
a
get?
fucking pussy. Dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So then when you get to college and you start finding these little niche cult type,
Mhm.
some of the guys oh yeah, I love international soccer, and they're wearing the jerseys and shit.
So I have a theory about that. And it applies to hockey too. Because I was hockey fans are awful. It's why aren't you paying attention to my sport? And then if someone new pays attention, they're like, fuck you, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
It's in soccer definitely has that too. I think those people, it's a quicker path to the top of the fandom where your opinion's valued, even if you never really played, where football, baseball, basketball, it's kind of settled.
Yeah.
And there's more of them. So you could be a top
You're describing you.
10% hockey fan where you would just get dismissed from being a fan of the other. Your opinion would be dismissed elsewhere because it's a short, there's less. of them.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
easier
I agree
to
with
be
you.
at
the nonce.
a what?
A nonce.
A nonce. They see, yeah, I did get called a nonce.
He's a nonce.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's a very common insult in England because I have a soccer team. What? Oh yeah, the royal family.
that's
fans.
amazing.
that would have been a fucking
That would've
awesome
been a good
one.
one. Yeah,
Man,
that's a good one.
Tom, fuck. Dude, I was in a shitstorm with
that's
the
a
whole
good pull.
country of England. Yeah,
Good pull.
It's a
Oh,
mess.
because he called it.
yeah. I went to war with England when the Queen died. Bad.
That's a miss.
Yeah, I should have had that. But also, I fought that fight.
You wanna stay away, yeah.
I don't need to do that again.
All right then.
Yeah.
Hey, this is gonna, this would be triggering, but I think you got to think about the Stoolies too.
I know.
I love them.
I was thinking about it. There are some annoying ones. that take it a little too serious.
There's no question.
But
Yeah.
that's also like just kind of the call. Like there's YouTubers who got crazy fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
Yeah, like
It's the internet culture.
How could we have
Yeah.
said
Culture for sure.
TikTok fans?
I was thinking about that too, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's more of like
Right.
the influencer
Yeah.
than the actual fans of TikTok. You know what I mean?
I don't even know who that is.
Goggins fans.
What?
I don't think I know who that is.
Really?
Yeah, you gonna fuck.
You don't know David Goggins?
hard,
from
brother.
Navy's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claim to be like a foxhole guy and not be a David Goggins.
He just don't stay hard over there.
Yeah.
What am
I'm
I
gonna
missing?
look up David Goggins right when we get off these mics.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'll do it right now.
Hold on. I almost want to play the voicemail that he left for Rogan. Have you heard that?
No.
I'll pull it up.
I'll read this off, then we'll get out of here. Eddie, Bayhive, MAGA, Disney, Packer fans, serial killer, love interest fans, White Sox Dave, the Libs, Yankees fans, Notre Dame fans, Penn State football fans, Split Jersey fans, Chief, the Swifties, SEC football fans, Rangers fans, St. Louis Cardinals fans, Analytical fans, Will, the Russians, Believers, In-N-Out Burger fans, Texas fans, State, and Celery fans.
All right.
That's like a Mr. Portnoy draft.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah. Sorry. You might play it. I don't need to play it for the show. But
Oh, okay. All right.
You want me
listen-
to?
Oh, well, let's do it after then.
all right.
Hey, I noticed too you didn't put Nebraska in there.
It was
Good
on my
on
list.
you.
No,
Good on you.
Nebraska fans, they've been so humbled over the last, since they
Decade.
joined the Big Ten, probably, that
No, no,
they're
no,
not nearly as
no,
bad
no.
anymore.
That's
But
not true. We were in the Big Ten championship the second year 2.
okay, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah, but you're
Last
saying they got
decade.
so humbled since they joined the Big Ten. We just fell off because we fired Pelini
Yeah.
and hired Mike
agree,
Riley.
I agree. Partially, a large part of that is because what's wrong with winning 9 games every year? What's wrong with that? And then every few years you win 11, 12. That's what Nebraska was at Bo Pelini.
Yeah,
Do you believe in the new guy?
yeah, Coach Rule.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Matt Rule.
He's
I
gonna
was
be good
blanking
for
on
that,
his
man.
name
I
for a
think he's
second.
going to be good
From
for us.
Carolina and Baylor, right?
I mean,
And-
historically, he's known as a
yeah.
program builder. Like when
Yep.
we had him on the bus, he talked about the differences between college and pro. Like,
Some guys
You
are
know,
just college.
Yeah.
He's a
yeah,
college guy.
he enjoys it because you get to connect and influence a lot
Right.
more
Yeah.
on the collegiate level with kids
Mm-hmm.
than you do in the pros, and you got business decisions to make, and you got to you got to
Yeah.
do all that kind of stuff. You get to build culture a lot more in college, and I think that's what he's about.
I
So
do
I do
hope
think he's going to be. I think he's going to be positive for the program.
I hope Nebraska comes back. Like
it'll
they're
be
one of
tough,
those
man.
like blue bloods
It's
where
going to be
like,
hard. It
yeah,
really. I think it's going to be tough. I think
don't have
what
that-
helps us is USC and UCLA coming
recruit
over
out there.
because we were the farthest,
Yeah.
essentially
true.
the farthest school. Like
Now you're
ultimately, you
smack
had
dab
to
in the
recruit
middle.
the Northeast,
Yeah.
and you're not going to fly. You're not going to
Can't get Texas kids anymore.
right because
Yeah.
you can't sit in their living room and say we're going to play there a few times a year.
Yep.
So you kind of lose that pipeline.
Totally.
And
Totally.
then you basically have to focus more on like Midwest, Northeast, and you're not going to like.
Those other programs are
You got way too
entrenched.
many other. Yeah, you got so many
Michigan,
good
Ohio State,
programs
Notre
now,
Dame.
Yeah,
Penn State. Yeah.
I mean, even fucking. It sounds ridiculous, but even Illinois,
Yeah.
it's a program you would still highly consider going to if you're like down to
Totally.
like Nebraska, Illinois, and a few because you got what's his name, Bielema,
Yeah. Yep.
and he's building something.
I think-
He's building like something solid,
How
like
many-
defense,
how many-
run
how
game.
many-
Who knows if Illinois will ever have the talent to actually compete like that? But
They just had like 4 kids drafted in the first 3
Yeah.
rounds or something. So
and it's tough. The parity
Yeah.
now, especially in the Big Ten, like is
yeah.
Did Northwestern recruit you at all?
yeah. I went on a visit there. Got to meet Coach Fitz. He was fucking awesome.
Everybody loves
Yeah.
Fitz. Everybody swears by Fitz. I am a little upset with him right now. He doesn't play ball.
Yeah, he's
He's very old
blue
school.
collar guy. Yeah. Believes in culture, believes in that stuff. He wants guys who want to fucking be there.
Exactly. And that's not the way college football goes anymore.
Yeah.
You got to play
you
the
gotta
game.
play the game a
Yeah.
little bit, man.
He doesn't
It's
like
really why Bo doesn't want to do it again. He had to play too many fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
Bo's about
Yeah.
he's about ball. He's about
damn,
culture.
That's
He's about
that's makes me like kind of upset for the future.
yeah.
You know, like I want guys to want to play for ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he
Yeah.
had like a bad falling out with or he had a bad moment with LSU. He was kind of the guy that got,
Yeah.
thrown because the defense was atrocious. And that was during COVID year when, if you're going to play at that,
Yeah.
you're going to play at that level of defense, you're going to have to be on the same page
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
schematically with
Throw
everybody
that
that's on
one.
the
Throw
field.
that year out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was tough. But
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
That was
Oh,
great.
thanks
That
for
was
doing it.
fun.
That was fun. It was great to be on the bus too. This was
Yeah,
this
this is
is
great.
like a nice spot to record a podcast.
I wish
Like,
this,
it really
this
is.
thing actually doesn't drive,
No,
right?
no, it
Yeah.
doesn't drive.
I would fucking, after everything's
boat.
done, you should soup this thing up like, so get it driving and just take it around the country.
Boating with the boys.
Go to like all the national parks and live off the land.
Go to all the national parks.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That'd be
Oh, another fan base, honorable mention, the LGBTQ fan base. I highly considered.
Talk to me, baby.
Highly considered putting them.
Talk to me,
on
baby.
there, dude.
There's no fucking
all
month for
right.
white men.
Hey, let's take it easy.
Yeah.
Let's take it easy.
All right, cut his mic. Cut his mic. All right, thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.